Go ahead and
We
click
live.
because we
I
already
did. I sure did do it already. I
we
said we're
live
gonna be we
outside.
4 minutes early this year. Yeah.
Okay.
Look, New Year, we on time.
No, we early.
We early.
we
We early.
early.
We early.
I like that because my
Oh,
ass
wait.
ain't never.
Okay.
Look, I got my alert.
I
Oh, we live too, baby. Yep, I got my alert. We here.
I did too. I got
Look,
my
now we waiting for them to come in the door.
Now I gotta turn my thing down so it won't be.
Yep, that's what I just did.
Yeah.
That's what I just did.
Look at us. We look cute. We are uniform.
Aisha.
Yes.
We are uniform.
We uniform and stuff.
See, we don't need to drink no more tea, but I'm gonna take me.
Look, no, now. No.
Look, you better take you some tea, shoe, the way a wrong cars touch. You touching the shit, just
we got Omorion, we got IUD. I don't know which ones is going on now.
Who said IUD now? Lloyd.
We got a lot.
The IHU. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I can't.
Can't do it.
Oh, I didn't post. Oh shoot.
Yeah, I gotta post.
I posted.
You posted.
I did post it. I showed it.
We live.
She said we live. Fox 5.
Come on now.
We live.
We live.
Come on in.
In the upper room.
Not the upper room.
Not the upper room.
Not the upper room.
We're not in the upper room, are we? Are we? I don't know.
I don't know.
Or are we in the waiting room to get to the upper room? We don't know.
Now I kind of feel like I think we're in the waiting room.
To the upper room, right? I think so too. I could agree with that.
I agree.
I could totally agree with that.
Now, you know what? Oh, Aisha, why you didn't think about that until now?
What's that? Oh, look at me being nosy.
What?
Posting some stuff.
Oh,
what you doing?
I'm posting in the group.
What you doing?
I'm gonna post us into the whatchamacallit.
What? Facebook group?
No, I already did that.
Okay. Did anybody know? Has anybody looked at us? Did we look at ourselves lately? Do anybody notice this little shine we got on our forehead? You notice this?
It's from the
mark or something.
Listen, I'm gonna say it's the light. I don't know what y'all gonna say, but it's the light.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna claim too.
I'm gonna call it the light.
Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna claim.
But what was that? So was that comment? The light. When you need
give me the light,
I will be by
your side.
Yes.
Woo.
There is a light
that shines.
That's my song. I love that song.
Let me tell y'all what just popped in my head. Touch it, bring it.
Totally different energy. Totally different. You know.
Yeah, you went way left.
Leave me alone.
You went way
left. Y'all, we like heck early. Most time
we not
up in there.
I know they wait for us.
Yeah, but I mean we up in this thing, you know.
Most time we like, are we live?
I know we be confused and everything. Well, I be confused.
Y'all we be like, where we at? Who's here?
I'm the one that's confused. I'm confuncted. You know, I always are we live, and I'm the one that's supposed to be running the technicality.
Right, that's the part for me. I was like, she the one that presses live.
Right, and I'm like, are we live?
Are we live?
Are we live?
Are we? Are we, sis? Don't scare me.
She said, "Are we live? I think we live. Are we live? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put that here." All right, where's everybody? Okay, all right, y'all. Yep, you know what it is? I done got them so used to coming in 5 minutes late. They like, I'm not waiting. I'm not gonna be sitting here looking thirsty.
I'm not doing it. Right. I'm just letting everybody know.
Push my slides back.
My mom was
really upset about that one slide. You know, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist.
Oh, that one slide, they probably ain't gonna.
I know, but you know me. Remember, we the overthinking crew.
Boom, 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 boom.
Let me tell you.
Boom, boom,
So the
boom,
store by
boom.
my house, I used to get Essentia, but they had dishwater.
Ooh.
Girl, I was talking
What
to
is
Simone.
it?
It's called Oxygen.
Oh yeah,
Right?
I've heard of that.
Girl, while I'm sitting here talking to Simone, I bought 2 of them. I was sitting here talking to Simone, right? So I was like, I'm looking at her. I said, "Ooh." She said, "What happened?" I said, "Girl, this is good. This is so crisp, right?"
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "Get a
It
cup so I
looks
can
like
share."
it is.
Look, I said, "Let me get a cup so I can share with you." Yeah, that didn't go over too well.
She said, "Give me the bottle."
She didn't get it. She didn't get it. She was talking to me, and I was just like,
Oh, you got the whole bottle.
Oh, we got one person in here.
You got the whole bottle. Okay, that's what you're saying.
Who is that? Who's there? Who's there?
I
Let me
see. I
see.
text my mama. I text my best friend.
Right, that's why I'm texting everybody. Like, come on now.
I need to create a group chat.
I do too. Is that whose microphone keep on getting pinged and vibrating?
Oh, that might be me because it's over here on my table.
Okay.
It's clipped to my table. Maybe I should. You know what? No,
I heard. I was like,
it.
I told y'all know I've been talking about sounds. The other night I was telling y'all I heard something like apartments away that was vibrating.
Well, you want to hear something that's so crazy? Because today this ear is bothering me. It was ringing all morning, and then now it's like I have like swimmer's ear right now.
That's crazy.
I was wondering if I'm being yelled at and I'm not listening. That's why I'm having trouble out the ear right now. Yeah.
Possibly. It possibly could be. Yeah, possibly it could be.
I'm gonna
now see. They was on my head about us taking breaks,
and now look.
Now look at you.
Where y'all at?
Right. You know how that goes.
Well, I mean, we did. Usually we are up in here about like 7:17.
Right.
7:20.
Okay, somebody's text messaging me. Who's that? I'm gonna put her in here.
I know we got 6 people in here, I think now.
Oh.
Oh shoot. So. Oh, I'm so sorry. We done
I was looking. I'm about to say, hey, that's you, Sarita.
I did too. I almost typed and responded, and I was like, let me. Hey. Yeah, I don't know what I did.
I would have said, hey, babe. I would have said, hey, babe.
I probably should have got me some tissue for my nose.
Look at the overthinker. That tissue. I'm sorry, I can't hand you any. I'm just. I'm sorry. Should we set it off? It's 7:04. You said we got 6 people in chat.
I thought we did. That's what I seen last time I looked.
I still see 0.
I see 5.
You do?
Yep, and I see people saying hello. Ricky's in here. Von Sil is in here.
I don't. Okay, yeah, I see him now. Okay, because I was like, I'm not seeing anybody.
I'm sorry, I was shut.
Hello, Ricky. Hello, Von Sil.
Ricky.
Lord Jesus. Be offense. Be offense.
Tasha. Yes, our spiritual sister has stepped into the room.
Yes, Tasha girl.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, y'all. Well, shoot, we can get the party
started. We sure can. So it's my show tonight, right? I'm starting this one off. We're gonna start
showtime.
This is her jam, y'all.
Yes. Are you singing still, Sarita?
My bad.
She was.
I heard her
she said, she was like, "This is my jam."
Yeah, I was saying, "This is your jam." The topic is your jam.
Oh, this is my jam. Yes.
Okay.
Look at my face. It's about to get real, y'all. Okay.
We got to keep it light, though. That's why we come in this upbeat energy, because when you deal with like serious, heavy things, you gotta,
Listen, Sarita said this is my jam.
Y'all see that do it?
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. And it keeps going. Okay. So,
like I said, this is her jam.
Hey, Ivy. Hello.
Hi, Ivy.
Hey, my girl.
All right, I'm ready.
Yes, the topic tonight. So first and foremost, I want to just say peace, light, and love. Thank you all for tuning in and welcome back. as Sarita said, this is definitely my topic tonight.
Mhm.
Um,
Y'all heard that laugh?
I'm going to introduce us. I'm going to introduce everyone to those that are new here. So I have over here my sister Aisha. She's the CEO of Goddess Moon Dips, where you can get your spiritual baths and shower steamers, and we're pressuring her to make some spiritual shower steamers. Also, my lady has stepped into the body butter light,
Mhm.
and yeah, and I want to shout out introducing Sarita, the CEO of Violet Empress, and she keeps getting in trouble for her new hip line, but
Yeah.
she has a new line of products, hemp. She has hemp body butter,
Mm-hmm.
soap,
Yes.
and oil, which is great
Mm-hmm.
for skin, eczema, and it
You
is
got
I,
eczema?
eczema, and it is I, Marquita, and I am the CEO and owner of Oma's Herbals. Um, I don't have anything new. I'm dipping my toe into body butter.
Okay,
Hold
okay.
Okay.
on.
Okay. Because
I
it
was
was
waiting. You
crazy.
see
Yo,
the? I'm
y'all
like,
is really getting aggressive here. Okay.
yes.
All right. So I'll be stepping into body butters, and we working on some nice little treats for y'all for Valentine's Day purchases. We think y'all gonna love them. I want to say that tonight's show is about narcissists
Oh,
and
thank you. Oh,
empath.
wait. We got to do
Yeah.
our shirts.
Oh, I didn't get there. We're gonna get there. I got that all in.
Look,
Yeah.
because someone in
Thank
the
you,
comments.
Ivy. Yeah, thank you, Ivy. I got you. I'm gonna tell you who made them for us shortly. Um, so pretty much tonight's show will be discussing the narcissist and empath in the battle. They're on different spectrums of the I would say the wheel or the but they pretty much have a battle, and they're like magnets that attract. So we're going to discuss that. I also want to let you guys know we're also going to have a three-parter for this. This is part one. We're going to have a part two that Aisha will be heading up, and a part three that Sarita will be taking over in the next two shows. We will. I think we are working on a list of shows in a certain order that we're working on. You know how we're going to bring everything out so that everything intertwines and you guys can go back and watch them in order as they come out. And I also would like to shout out, that was my next one. I'm going to shout out Black and Floral. You can follow her on IG, Black and Floral. I'll pin it.
Dang.
So we shouted her out. She was at the last show. She was on our last show, and we told her we needed some shirts. We hit her up and we needed some shirts. She got them to us in like record time, guys, like record time and
Mm-hmm.
everything. She's amazing. She was perfect. She was questioning us on how we wanted it to look, and she was sending like the picture of it, and she was very hands on to make sure she got what we wanted down. I'm gonna put her in the let me see IG. Let me see. Black and Floral on IG. And she does everything from like personalized anything you want, pictures, family reunions, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's. She does everything. Okay. She makes all of my shirts and hoodies that you guys see me in a lot. So she's really, really good though. Very hands on, you know, and I love it. I love her actually. I love her. And did she capture it? Can y'all see it? Did she capture it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she
She
Yeah,
definitely
did.
she
did.
She
captured
did
it.
that.
She
Yeah.
captured. Look, she got the girl. She captured
Right.
it. Okay, and I also want to send a shout out to Tasha Sharp Kinsey. So, as you guys know, we talk all the time. I'm telling you guys, we talk all the time for hours and hours. And Aisha, someone was watching our show, and she said, "Well, this week alone, let me just say that Sarita was on me about my accent that I did not know that I had." And then not even 10 minutes after that, Aisha hits us up and was like, "Yo, somebody is really like loving your accent." I'm like, "What accent? I don't have an accent." So I said I would shout her out on the show. So Tasha, this one's for you, girl. Straight New Yorker. How you doing, boo?
I love it.
Yes. So and I'm also glad to see that many of you I've noticed because I do follow some of you guys on social media that you guys are actually doing the work, and it makes me so warm and fuzzy inside.
Mm-hmm.
Um and I appreciate it. And I also love the fact that we got so much feedback. And y'all know me, I'm a smart ass. Okay, so I'm gonna just say we got a couple of threats. Like, guys, we need to self-care. Like, okay, we love y'all, and we here to drop
Bring it
everything and
down.
share. But sometimes we need a come down moment, you
Bring
know?
it down.
Okay. The
Don't
threats
we
are
look
not
look,
necessary.
don't we look rested? Look at us now. We look basically rested. Okay? But we're gonna get started. We love you guys. We're glad to see you guys come back and all the new people that are here. If we have any new people here, we love you too. We appreciate you coming and just checking us out, even if it's just for 5 or 10 minutes. Okay? Um yes, it is, Tasha. I'm glad you caught it. So, would you guys like to? You see, all right? You see, I'm gonna pin
I
that.
might even look at the comments.
No, that's all right because we're gonna pin that because Tasha messing with me tonight. Tasha messing with me. You know I love you, boo.
She
You
said,
know I
wait.
do. She said, "Wait, that's a narcissist move."
Right.
She is paying attention.
That is
Yes,
Okay.
she is.
Is
funny.
anybody that you guys want to shout out that you guys have been interacting with since our last show? Because a lot of people do hit us up here and there.
Mhm. I just actually I do want to give a shout out to Ivy. Hey girl, I just want to say I'm so proud of you. You're doing your thing. I've been seeing you. You know, I always be watching you, and I'm so proud of you. And just everyone who's been supporting us, like subscribing to us, telling other people
Yes.
about us. That is so dope. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the messages. And we're going to continue to do our thing. So thank you.
How about you,
Uh,
Aisha?
oh, I don't. You know what? My brain just had a brain freeze. But there are a few people that I've come in contact with that I've spoken about our show and gave them our link. They tapped in and was like, yeah, this is bomb. I'm going to tap in. So yeah, I tell strangers, people that I know,
Mm-hmm.
people I don't know. I just kind of spread the love and be like, hey, tap in.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Mhm.
All right.
Hi,
So
Queen Beijing.
so let me just ask you guys a question. And this goes out to my sisters as well as everybody in the audience. I will pin up because remember, guys, we like to do interactive. We like us all to contribute because this is kind of like a forum. We don't want to seem as though we want everyone to be involved in this because that's for me is the best way for people to learn is have discussion.
We're a learning community.
Mhm.
Exactly. Would you ladies share when you first learned that you experienced a narcissist or narcissist traits in someone? Can you share your experiences? Aisha, that's you, boo.
Okay. Woo. Okay. I'll say this. First of all, we all have narcissistic tendencies.
And traits,
Mhm.
right?
Some of us are more aware than others,
Yeah.
but I grew up around narcissism. Um, and so therefore seeing certain behavior patterns, things that I dealt with, um, I think it kind of shaped me to being like a people pleaser and things of
Mm-hmm.
that nature because of the scars due to the narcissism. Um, and I don't know, kind of when you're young, you don't know what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
It's almost like when you do come in contact with it when you're older, you realize that you still attract,
Mm-hmm.
narcissistic people. Um, so I could say childhood, some relationships, uh ended up in marriage, ended up in divorce.
Right.
So I think that's kind of the best I could say. It started, like I said, childhood, and then not knowing and understanding what it was, and it ventured out to relationships and things like that. And then also being honest, looking in the mirror and checking myself and seeing some narcissistic tendencies that I was taught that I didn't realize that's not okay. You need to check
Mm-hmm.
that. So, childhood and myself.
Okay. How
So,
about you,
yeah.
Sarita?
I'm gonna say relationships and myself. Relationships and myself. Because like Aisha said, you have to look in the mirror a lot of times. And a lot of things that I did was that behavior. And I didn't realize it until I got into a relationship. When I was in it, I was like, okay, this is different.
Mm-hmm.
This is really different. But it wasn't so different. It was very familiar. It was also familiar because of myself too. I had to look at myself like, okay, I kind of get why I attract this person because I have that same energy. Also, like what Aisha was saying, family too. Like growing up, you kind of
Mm-hmm.
you get older, you kind of realize like, oh, okay, this is why I was thinking this way, or this is why I was attracting to this person because I didn't know no better. I didn't know. And then also when I started, learning more, getting education on it, and then I
Mm-hmm.
realized a lot of the traits and what everything meant. I was like, okay, yeah, I've done that. I've been in that situation. So I would say, yeah, all three: myself, relationships, family, friends. So yeah.
Okay. Um, for me, narcissism runs through my family. From the older generation, a lot of us, the younger ones, we're like all over the place. We have the traits. Some of us are strong in the trait. I had to check a lot of mine too because I developed mine a lot from in my parenting. In my
Mm-hmm.
parenting, I was a little bit narcissistic in my parenting. And it's crazy because I always talk about my mom a lot, and I never realized it until I started learning that she had certain narcissistic traits that she used a lot of times to kind of like, when we got to a certain age, it was like controlling, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also I also learned that because my dad is a little narcissistic. A lot of times what people don't understand is that in narcissistic personality, violence is not too far behind it. So being raised in a household that was domestic violence, that came from the ramification of not like the consequence of not adhering or yielding to the narcissist behavior. And I think my mom took a lot of that in too, because dealing with a narcissist also, you will take in the traits because they become traits of survival. Okay. Um, when I really learned about narcissism was in my last relationship because it was full on. I knew of it, but then when I actually started to learn the
Mm-hmm.
traits is when I was like, whoa. And honestly, that relationship lasted like less than 8 months, like literally, because it was like I peaked and was just like, oh no, we're not doing this. But the thing is, with a narcissist, you can't just tell them to leave because they're not leaving until they're done.
Mm.
So we're gonna talk about that too. So anybody in here can they can answer the same question? Like, what was your first acknowledgement of narcissism and traits of narcissism? Anybody
Tasha,
got anything?
Natasha actually posted a really good one.
I'm going.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it right there?
And the shadow work.
Oh, I'm coming. I'm going down. Going down. Here we go. Mm-hmm.
I'll read it. A shadow work helped me see my triggers were based in narcissistic moves. I would manipulate a situation to benefit me, especially when it comes to controlling or maintaining
Exactly.
control. And you know what? I feel like if you've been through some things, it's almost like you're pushing to narcissism because it's a way of
Mm-hmm.
protection, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
doing certain things to control the narrative of it. And that is a good thank you for that. That's a light bulb moment, you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
when you've been through some things, like literally you learn to like you said, manipulate to kind of get your way out of certain situations and not really realizing that's narcissistic on your behalf as well.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's
Great good point.
nice.
Anyone else? No. All
No,
right.
okay.
We will. Let me just address this because this was good too. Tasha posted that your energy is their gas. Yes, like they thrive. They cannot live without draining you. That's their
Mm-hmm.
that's their whole function. It's like she said in gas. You can't drive your car without no gas. They
Mhm.
can't move. So that's why, they will move from person to person. They don't really have long lasting relationships with friends, family, or lovers because once they've
Mhm.
drained is what they want from you and as much as they can and they realize they can't, they move on. They move on.
Mm-hmm.
And they move
They
on and
sure do.
mhm. Yeah, they move on. And they don't care how they leave you either. And I think a lot of times they want to leave you messed up. They need you to want them because that's still more energy for them. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Mhm.
Yep. That is absolutely
So
true.
I put together. Of course, y'all know I'm getting good at my little slideshows. No one else has anything. Wait. Yes, Tasha, woman. Yes. Okay. She said I stayed in protective mode. It's support. I call that survival. We call that
Mhm.
hyper. What did Simone call it before? Hyper vigilant.
Yes.
Mhm.
That honestly, that was me.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes still is me.
Yeah.
Still
See,
me.
I have to
Yeah,
catch myself.
I stay very much in that protection mode at
Yeah.
all times, pretty much. It's rarely I let my guard down. And
Mm-hmm.
if I do let my guard down, you're very lucky that I let my guard down.
Facts. Facts.
It's a shield. And
Mhm.
it's not like I mean for it to be. I've been trying to work myself out of it, but
Yes.
people ain't proved me not to. So
Mhm.
Yes, it is, Tasha. That's what we plan on making
yeah,
this
yeah,
always a safe space for everyone. We don't
mm-hmm.
want anyone to feel like anything is gonna go anywhere because we're not like that. Mm-mm.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, ego has no place. It's destructive. It has no place whatsoever in spirituality. None at all.
Fine. I wish more people would know that, but
Yeah, they don't. That's another show.
that's another.
Yeah, it is.
That ties into. Ooh, hold on. Okay, go ahead. I
But what did we say?
had a light bulb.
You did write it down.
I did. It's
Okay,
there.
okay. You know we be talking to 2 in the morning. Write it down. But I'm gonna. All right, guys. So I put a slideshow together because I figured it worked. We worked so well the last time we threw the slides up and things like that, and it worked so well. So I figured that we can move through everything a little faster and get people a little bit more involved and able to understand and probably share because they've actually had these experiences and didn't even know that they did or interacted with someone with these experiences. So our show, as you guys know, is Narcissist versus Empath. The reason we say it's not at a war base, like I said, it's the verses because we're going to compare the two different traits of both of them.
Remove
And
the pen so we
I'm
can
doing
see
that now.
Sarita.
Yep, I got you. She said, remove the pen so we can see Sarita. All right. Okay. Yeah, we're going to lose Sarita in the baby of the group. Sorry, boo.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to address at this time what are the traits of a narcissist. A strong sense of self-importance, experiencing fantasies about fame and glory, exaggerating self-abilities, craving admiration, exploiting others no matter how it impacts others, and lacking empathy. So who wants to tackle which one first? Anybody got any examples of meeting someone with the strong sense of importance or anything of that nature? No.
I'm trying to think how I'm going to work because
Just say
Tasha,
it.
don't
You know
worry.
my motto.
You looking real prospectish, Tasha.
she really is. I was getting ready to. I meant to DM you the other
Don't
night.
worry. We'll be talking. We'll be
Anyway.
talking to you soon, love.
Mm-hmm.
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 Confirmed. Okay, so a strong sense of self. A narcissist. I'm trying to look at an example. They make themselves seem like they're the most important of anything happening in your world. Like your world should be literally revolving around every moment of them.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts of them, everything. They don't, I mean, they could care less about you, but everything you do revolves around them, how they feel, what they thought. They may not have told you anything, but you were supposed to know because it's about them. You know what I'm saying? And uh I can go through each one if anybody objects to that. We can go through each one.
No, you was right on point.
Yeah. I'm telling you, my last relationship put a lot of like visual to everything. It was real. Like
Yep.
if it to be in that situation and then acknowledge that you're in that situation, it is so dangerous. Like you're literally emotionally questioning who you are,
Mm-hmm.
because they're constantly telling you who you are not, and you're like, well, damn, well, who am I? Like, I thought I knew who I was, but they're telling you who you are, but they're really telling you what they want you to be. But 99.9% of the time, a narcissist has a lot of self-insecurity. So what they will do is they project a lot. They gaslight a lot. And the reason they do that is to make you constantly keep feeding and caring and admiring them and loving them, and how we always like to say, speak life. You speak life into somebody, because the natural thing to do is to big them up and help them out when they're feeling low. They will constantly create situations where they're down, and then they will make you feel like you're the reason that they're down. So you're doing everything in your power to not be the catalyst of them being hurt. But they're always in victim mode. So there's no way of satisfying that.
Mm-hmm.
That also goes under experiencing fantasies about fame and glory. Like, they feel like, like they're the truth. Like, everybody else is full of shit. And they could be doing nothing, or the minimalist of anything, and think that they're doing the most. Okay? The most. You could have paid for dinner 5 nights in a row, or picked a movie and it was a good movie, and anything to that nature. He or she will give you the bare minimum and thinks you're supposed to make a grandiose like spectacle of the whole situation, because that was a big thing, and it could have been something like giving you a slice of gum, like a piece of gum. Like, it's crazy the mindset. It's interesting and it's crazy at the same time, because to me it's borderline psycho. To me it is borderline psycho, because you're literally looking at them a lot of times like,
are you okay?
Yeah, do you hear yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Did you say that again? Did you hear it? Because it makes no sense. It literally comes out their mouth, no sense, but to them it is absolute Bible scripture.
Yep.
Exaggerating of self-abilities. They think they can do everything. Okay, so my narcissist was funny. I had a problem with my sink, and it was hilarious because he was like, I could fix it. Never had any plumbing training in his life. I could fix it. He further broke it, but then it was a problem because it wasn't him.
It was
it wasn't him. He didn't do that. That was messed up. He didn't do that, and he left it worse than where he started. And don't dare say anything to him about it, because then that was a whole situation. It's not his fault, Even though I didn't tell him to touch it, but it's not his fault, The craving admiration. I think I touched on that with the gum, but I'm going from some of my experiences. It's like the narcissists I was with would always do the whole, and the crazy part is walk very upright and proper and everything. He would always do the whole, like, he's saving something. He's fixing something. And I used to be like, wasn't even broke. I ain't got a problem with that. Like, oh, you can't just give me my props. I was like, for what? I didn't actually do anything. Like, what props for what? You didn't fix anything. There's nothing here like, what is it? I will tell you, like, he always wanted a praise for something.
Yeah.
I'll never forget this. My bill was late, right? And I knew it was late. It's my bill. He pays it and then goes to try to chastise me. I looked at his face and said, why'd you open my mail? Who told you to open my mail? That was a whole fight in itself. Why are you going through my mail? Why are you going through? I didn't ask you to open it, and I didn't ask you to pay it. Why are you worried about that? But it was something to chastise me. And I was supposed to, because I got chastised because I was supposed to admire the fact that he took initiative to open my mail and pay a bill. That sounds crazy, don't it?
No one asked you to do in the first place.
No one asked him to do it. No one asked
him. A lot of people do that. A lot of people will take it upon themselves to do something for you that you didn't ask, and they will be like, "Oh, well, I did this for you, but I didn't ask you to." Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No one asked you to do that.
And then you're the bad person.
You're the bad person for not saying thank you or being appreciated.
Oh, I'm gonna come out of this for 1 second, because my sister just put something here that is perfect. She said she was married to one, and it was crazy. He was making it seem like I was crazy. That is the whole function.
That is the whole function, because
to make you question yourself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like you're making up stuff in your head.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And you will look at yourself and be like, is it me?
Mm-hmm.
Am I the drama?
Right. 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 That's the you. Yes. Am I the drama?
Am I the drama? You would go through this whole cycle of like, maybe it is me. Maybe I do need to go to get checks. Like the whole it's a vicious cycle.
Very.
Oh, we got some good ones here. Yes. So I'm gonna go back down. I got some more because Ivy in here popping tonight.
I don't know if you heard my shout out earlier, Ivy. You know,
yes, Ivy is 110%. They will rage when they lose control. We're gonna get to that one. That's a couple of slides down. Yes. People think that a narcissist isn't dangerous. They are. They can become abusers. They can become mental manipulative and emotional abusers.
Yep.
Yes, they can. And wait, I gotta go because Ivy is over here popping. Yes, she is. This one right here. They claim you are bad mouthing them for speaking the truth. Yes.
They sure will.
Yeah, they sure will. It's all your fault, and we'll tell. And the funny part about it is they're doing that. Actually, they're doing that too. They're talking about you to people. You're the problem. What'd you say, Sarita? You're the drama.
Let me share a story. Hold on.
Yep. The tea, Lord.
Hold on. But let me just give y'all an example, just in case. Look out for this type of person. I like to encourage people. That's just who I am. I like to encourage. So when I will encourage this person would just snap at me and be like, I don't got time for all this positive shit. I ain't got time for all this. Like, what's that going to do for me? And they will go back and tell other people that I'm just not feeding into them. I'm not trying to help them with anything. I'm just ignoring their feelings. I'm doing all types of things. So I became the bad person. I became the person everyone was looking at like, oh, don't F with her because, she X, Y, and Z in this relationship. And I went through this cycle. Like, am I not doing good enough in this relationship with this person? Like, I'm really trying to help you, but you're telling other people like I'm the bad guy. I'm the one who's doing wrong. And then when I stood up for myself, it was, oh, no, you can't do that over here. Ain't no standing up for yourself. And just because I always tell people, just because the person's not putting their hands on you, they don't got to put their hands on you.
Doesn't mean they're not abusive.
Doesn't mean they're not abusive because even if they're not cussing you out, they might not be calling you horrible names or anything.
Nope.
That is still abuse. So look out for those type of people. Even in friendships also.
Oh yeah.
Family members also. Not just, partnerships, but whatever relationship, look out for that type of person and run.
I want to put a laugh break in here real quick. That's a laugh break for me.
It's never me. It's never me.
Never. It's never them. It's never them.
It's never their fault. It's everybody else's fault. Everybody else is to blame. For themselves.
Everybody. Their mother, their dad, their siblings, everybody.
So everybody did it?
Everybody.
Okay.
Everybody's the reason. Everybody's the cause. Everybody. No. And Ivy, let me tell you, between Ivy and Tasha tonight, they going in.
Maybe they don't fight.
Listen, this one is the key.
Yes.
That one right there. That one is the key. That right there. That's the key. So, yeah, I got a story about that one. We all know that I'm an introvert. I like staying at home. That's my primary. But at the time, I will go outside for certain people. And I would be like, oh, I'm going here this weekend. I have this birthday party. Or I have this function to go to, this dinner. Was it ever really in clubs or nothing? Because that's not my scene. It would be like at my girlfriend's house. But I tell you, this was the funniest thing ever. My girlfriend, she does annual women's weekend. So she does like brunch, and we have mimosas and bellinis, and she cooks, and she can cook, girl. And we just have our little women's day. And COVID, damn it. But we have our little women's day. Girl, she made a whole spread one day. We all lined up getting out there. Everybody, she used to live on the island. We all out there running out there. I swear to you not. And I'm going to use some nice, colorful language because we all know that I like to cuss.
I know.
It's my way to release.
Hold back.
If that motherfucker didn't pick me up at 6 p.m., who goes? I'm not a child. I still feel a way about that. Like,
okay, I'm back.
all like everything, and it was so bad because that messes with your relationship with your friends.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like,
Yes.
I gotta go, girl. I gotta go. And they looking at you like, girl,
You just
I'm
got
just gonna
here.
go.
Yeah.
They know what it be. They be like, poor
Exactly.
friend.
They be like, girl,
That's
like, come on.
a form of abuse.
And so bad so that even tried to put a wedge in between. Y'all know me and my girls are really tight.
Right.
Put a wedge in between me and my youngest. Tried very hard to put a wedge in between. That'll get you hurt.
That's psycho for real.
Yeah.
When people try to put a wedge in between you and your children, that's weird.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That gets real. So far, so much so that offered. I think my daughter at the time was like 20. Offered to get a room for her, get a room rented and pay her first 2 months rent on her room, but she wasn't even making the money to cover she wouldn't be able to cover the rent. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Remember, we in New York. Renting a room is like $1,100 a month. She was working in retail. There's no way she would have covered $1,100 a month to rent a room. But the nerd, like, I just looked at him and was like, you dead serious? You gonna rent my child a room to get her out my house?
Right.
She's gonna have to. First of all, she's gonna have to come back. She can't afford it. But do you hear yourself telling me you gonna rent? I'm supposed to be excited because you're gonna pay for 2 months of rent.
I'm trying to set up. That's the setup.
He kept trying to get me to
good
move
isolation.
He was trying to get me to move to Long Island.
Oh yeah, definitely trying to.
I was like, what the heck? No, I have no. I'm fine where I am. I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then I was the problem because I wouldn't conform.
Trying to get you by himself.
But yeah, constantly just couldn't have no support.
Yep.
Nope, it was a problem. Went so far as to contact my brother, got my brother involved. That's another story. But it got my brother involved. My brother's calling me to check. I said, did you just call me to check me? He's like, yeah. I was like, why would you do that? Like, why would you do? Did you ask me if what he's telling you is true? Like, and then lied about it was so much. Literally lied and said that my brother called him to discuss his wife. My brother doesn't do that. That's number one. And I was just stuck because I'm like, you called my brother on me because I wasn't conforming to something. And then you tell my brother, he did the victiming to my brother as a man. And my brother called because he knows I'm strong-willed and thought I was being difficult. And I really wasn't. And I was just like, do you understand? Like, my brother was arguing with me and I was like, okay, I got to go. But just to eliminate any means of anybody talking to me or listening to me or hearing me out went so far. I mean, it talking about making me think I was crazy. I'm a communicator. I'd be like, okay, what's the problem? Let's get to the bottom of it. Let's fix it. What's the issue? When this man said to me, you always want to talk about your feelings, I was just like, okay.
I've heard that one.
They definitely will invalidate your feelings.
I was like, I think everybody feels. Everybody has emotions. You make people, I mean, we talk about that. We communicate that. That's most of our communication is about how we feel about situation. Once that went left and he picked a whole fight not to have that conversation, I was like, yeah, this is done. And I can't, I'm not going to address that part now, but I will go back to this later. But you have to stop feeding them. Once I stopped feeding him, it became very bad. It became very bad. He got a little boisterous, but and my other self is very violent, and I met him with it. So yeah, he knew he had to go at that point. He knew he had to go. Let me see. Hold on. Let me go.
I love how they're chatting in the.
Yeah, I'm loving this. Yes. Hold on. Yes. I gotta catch up, guys. I gotta catch up.
They're chatting with each other. A beautiful thing.
Okay. They go. Look. Oh, I love this.
Yes.
Oh, this is good. Yeah, my sister's so sweet. Why are you messaging me though? You can put this in the chat room. You can put this in the group chat, TT. So my sister just messaged me to tell me, she's, I'm so sorry. We was going through the same thing at the same time. Yeah, we sure were.
A lot of us probably.
A lot of us do go through it at the same time.
I feel like we might have been going through the same thing at the same time too.
Yep. And another thing that I used to get a lot from my narcissist, and I like to say my narcissist because I own it. He used to hit me with the, you don't love me, you're gonna hurt me, you're just out to get me, you don't care about me. And the first time, this was the funniest because y'all know me. I was sitting there and I'm like, why would I do that? And I've known him a long time. I grew up with him. I'm like, why would I do that to you? Like, and I really was on someone like, why would I do that to you? No lie, it felt like my mom tapped me on the show, was like, let that shit go. And honey, I switched it. Remember the other day we was on the phone and y'all was like, damn, you could switch quick. I switched it. I was like, man, fuck you. I got out the car.
I was trying to be nice.
Yeah, I was trying. Exactly. I was trying to be nice. I was trying. And they will say the nastiest, meanest, hurtful. Oh my God, the most hurtful things.
Because they know you. And that's the thing about, they will get to know you. They will get to know everything about you, every parts of you, your secrets, everything. And they will turn that right on you. They will learn your insecurities, all types of things, and just
the things they say to you, and even the acts they do towards you too.
Yeah, they know.
They like punish you.
Yes. Yes.
This one I had to post up here because we've dealt with this as well.
What you say?
Yep.
Crazy part when they know your spiritual.
Yeah.
They would definitely gaslight your abilities and
make you come outside of yourself.
You know what's so
Everything
crazy
you
about
worked hard to balance, they try to make
you
resort back to old you.
That ain't what it is. This ain't that. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
This is a touchy subject, boy, because I'm triggering myself right now.
You know, a lot of people do that in the spiritual community too. A lot of spiritualists do that too.
We got a lot of spiritualists that have a lot of ego attached to them, and a lot of narcissists.
Oh God,
they have not done shadow work. They have not. They claim they have, but they haven't.
They think that they've reached a level to the point where they know everything. You don't continue, like the learning stops, and you're expert to everything.
It never stops.
It never stops. It never stops. Like, people do that to me all the time. They think that I have knowledge, but I don't know everything, and they expect me to know everything. Well, how come you don't know that? I don't know.
And there's a difference. I think people need to know that there's a big difference of a person that is wise and a know-it-all.
Right.
I am not a know-it-all. I don't want to know it all.
It's a difference. But I think a lot of people get those confused because I've had to correct people. You know, I know the thing, and I have to explain to people. I can't explain why I know the things I know. It comes to me, my downloads in prayer. You know, it ain't like I just, beat on my chest like I know everything. And I can't explain why I know certain things.
Yeah, you literally can't though. You cannot explain. They've been on the phone with me, and I'll just say something out the blue, or I'll start eating peppermints out the blue because that's something that my grandmother liked to eat. I don't know. I can't explain that. And a lot of people don't get that. They think they're lying about it. And I'm not here to prove anything to you. I don't know who that was for. It was for somebody. I'm not here to prove anything to you.
I'm in these comments, guys. I'm in these comments because
they light them up, honey.
Oh my gosh! Whoa. Okay.
Jim, you cannot.
We gotta.
Sunflower.
Right.
Wait, where's she at? Hold on.
Maybe at the bottom where she said a gym. You can't. I don't want to say it, but
exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
No, and that. Let me stop.
Yes. That right there. Listen, everybody in here needs to write that down because that is an affirmation. That's an affirmation for everything, for anything. You cannot shame a woman who is unshamed. Live your truth so loud that criticism just a faint whisper.
And people don't like that. They don't like that at all. They don't like when you can just be yourself. They don't like when you can just do whatever you want, dress how you want, talk how you want. They don't like that because they want to put people in a box all the time. And once you go outside that box, it's a problem.
It's a problem.
It is.
It's a
or they find it difficult to put you in a box.
Yes.
That's a difficult thing. Because I tell people I'm a free spirit. I don't want to be attached to nothing. I want to be able to fly freely.
It's my choice.
Yes.
That's my only anchor. That's my only anchor.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this is a go. Yes, girl. I like that.
What's the next? What was the other
next slide? I'm going.
Yes, because we'd be up in there.
Yeah, we keep going. Okay, here we go for the elements.
We end up
Craving
doing all three tonight.
I know. Craving admiration and acknowledgement, which we just addressed. Believing the world owes them, we just addressed. Being preoccupied with beauty, love, power, or success. I don't know. I don't think to me, I don't think that it's being preoccupied with beauty or love. I believe there's being preoccupied by power or success and their vision of what that looks like. I found that information. That I found that one, and that's why it's in blue like that, because I was like, I don't really agree
You
with that.
you don't think being preoccupied with beauty and love?
No, because I'm gonna tell you why. They don't love anyone but themselves. Now, if you say being preoccupied with, it's to them, to me,
but beauty of self,
right? And what, like, for example, you'll find them with the most beautiful women,
just to tear them down.
Boom. And it's kind of like when I always tell my kids about incubuses and succubuses, right? You know, they say that's the demon energy that sucks the life out of young women or young men, right? Through sex. I feel like what they perceive as beauty is what their outer is attracting, so that they can lure their prey in, right? Their love is a false sense of love. They don't love anybody but themselves. But I feel like that they're preoccupied with the power.
But you got to think about that. Well, but that makes sense though. Preoccupied with love, they preoccupied with self-love. They don't care about loving nobody else properly. So I see that's what I was saying that. And even with the beauty thing, they're so preoccupied with their own beauty or looks or their own self-love and things like that. Like they don't care about they don't care about nobody else's, and how, you know, how if they make that person feel beautiful or if they make that person feel loved. So that's when I was like, no, all of them definitely for sure.
Right.
It depends how you looking at it.
And we already addressed the have exaggerated sense of being unique. That's when you'll hear this a lot. I'm not like everybody else. I'm different. Well, no, you're not. No, you're not.
Well, I must be narcissistic because I'm different.
I was getting ready to say.
I'm sorry. That must be one of because
I ain't gonna lie. I didn't use that line before once. Like, you know,
I believe it.
Look at my face. I'm me. I'm nothing. I'm nothing to know. I am me. I'm not like everybody else.
I'm not like nobody. Exactly.
I'm not even unique because we all got a doppelganger out there. I'm not.
I wonder if they mean like the sense of unique. Like, well, I ain't like so and so. I ain't gonna do you like so and so. I ain't like that. You know what I'm saying?
I think so because my narcissist used that. He used that one on me too about my ex-husband. He tried to use that one on me, but you know, I never. It's funny because I never told any. Like, I'll tell you in a minute. I never growing up in anything. You can ask my sister. Because she's here. I've never been the type. My kids could tell you that too. I've never been the type to be like, I'm beautiful. I've never been that. I'm beautiful. I'm cute. I'm this and that. I've never been that person. I will tell people in a minute, I'm just me. I'm just me.
See, I from my grandmother. That was one of the things that, you know, because I'm not gonna step in front. I keep it a buck, you know. I've always been told I was beautiful growing up. But my grandmother, when I was young, she broke it down. She said, yes, you're a very beautiful girl. But she said straight out, if your insides don't match your outside, it takes away from your outside. And that stuck to me very young. So I want to make sure that people know, like, that's why I get frustrated. And we talked about this on a different show.
Yeah.
Stop looking at me like this, like get to know my inside, because I promise my inside is beautiful. You know,
yes,
like I don't want you to see the physical, you know, get to know me internally, get to know my soul. But my grandma, I'm happy because honestly, being real honest and transparent, I could have definitely took a left turn real quick if I wasn't checked earlier about that. Yeah. Just because I seen like my looks, I was able to maneuver certain things, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I thank God I've heard, you know, sowing that seed and saying, hey, baby girl, yes, you're beautiful. But if you don't keep it in check, you know, you can turn ugly real quick. And I thank my grandma, Lord rest her. So, but she checked me real quick. So you got to keep the whole beauty thing in check.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to put this up here because I saw Sunflower Joe. That's for her. It is actually considered a personality disorder.
It is.
Yep.
It's actually a disorder. They have this is a mental disorder. Now you want to hear what's crazy? I'm going to go back to the slides because I learned in this because, of course, I went looking.
Right.
And I learned that a lot of times, hold on, let me get my paperwork here. A lot of time, a narc is created by a parent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no control.
Ooh, that's a good
Abusive
one.
parent, a neglective parent.
Brianna Days, did you see that?
Hold on, let me go in there.
That's
Hold on,
a great one.
Hold on, let me take this out so we can put this there.
Do they use their childhood traumas to make
Yes.
it feel bad for them? Absolutely.
Yes, they do. They will. Okay, I'm gonna go off script. This is why, because I have to go. Now I have to go off script. I have to go off script.
As you should.
Okay. Empaths, right? Because you're talking to 3, and there's a few of you guys in the comments that are empaths. Empaths, we feel deeply, hypersensitive to others' emotions. We take them on, and what happens is we trauma bond. We with people.
Not even
and yeah, we trauma bond. So the first thing, this is why we're sought out by narcissists. And the crazy part is the sadness of it is that we seek them. We want to change the world too. So we want to make everyone happy and fix everything for everyone. And it's like a magnetic. But theirs is not for good. It's technically for self. And ours is pretty much like, all you need is all you got to do is show them and give them the love.
I can love it out of you.
Right. And that's not how it works because it's like they live in that little part of their brain. They cannot let that go. They cannot. Okay, yeah, that's you. Tasha, where you going?
Her hubby got home.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't see that. All right, sweetie. We'll talk to you later. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna come out. You're right. You're 100% right about that, Brianna. Just like I also learned that just like parents, I have it written, that narcs may have like they get it from their parents, like a manipulative or abusive or neglectful parent, right? And empaths usually get it from narcissistic parents. Right, we become hypersensitive and trying to like fix everything, make everything happy. I would say, right, we read rooms very well. We can read rooms very well and know what everyone needs in that room. Okay,
that's so true.
Yeah, so it's crazy because it's so complex because we kind of like gravitate toward one another. And it is true, Brianna. They will use every piece of sadness of their childhood. They will spill it all to you just meeting you. So that they can build themselves up. Like, look at me, though. I came out of it. They'll make you believe that they dealt with whatever trauma they've dealt with, but they're constantly bringing it up. And they're constantly bringing it up. If they had trauma with their mother, they're constantly, you're just like my mother. You know, if it's girls, you're just like my father or mother or whoever is the traumatic parent who did the abusing to them.
They will.
Let me close this out really quick and let me just see. I'm gonna go back again. This is my favorite part. Sorry about this slide. I know I'm a little overly, but this is my this is my favorite. I did not know that there were 2 types of narcissists. There's a covert narcissist and there is an overt narcissist. Okay, so let me see. The covert narcissist, and in the first column there, you'll see passive, blaming and shaming, creating confusion, and procrastination and disregard, right? So this is how the covert versus the overt plays out. This was my favorite part of this whole slide, this whole thing. So a covert is less obvious, very passive importance, right? Versus the overt, whose obvious traits and behaviors, which means they're out there, they're loud, and they're about, they talk. That's the person you be like, oh, he just all about himself. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? And then you have the covert when it comes to blaming and shaming. We'll explain why something is your fault and they're not to blame. Pretend to be the victim or enrage in emotion. Somebody explain that one. Somebody explain that one to me. Explain that one. Can anybody got an experience? Nobody has an experience? Come on, ladies. Come on, guys. Am I the only one that got all these experiences? I done been through some stuff.
No, you've been through it.
Okay. I'm waiting for the hand. I'm waiting for the hand to come up. I'm waiting for the hand.
Then-
That hand. Oh God. Yep, there he is. Okay. I'm waiting.
Where you want me to jump in?
Right.
Where you want me to
hold
jump
on.
in?
Where did
Hold
you
on, hold on,
start?
hold on. Mommy over here. Mommy just said some stuff right here. She's not lying.
Most of them can.
And those are the most dangerous ones.
Yes. Yep.
That got both tendencies.
Yes.
That's a mega narcissist.
Those
when
are the
you
ones
first-
that are
yeah.
overt in public. They're
Yeah,
overt
because
in
when you
public.
first meet them, you don't know. That's how I got pulled all the way in
Mm-hmm.
because I did
Same.
not know
Same.
until I was in it.
Already in it.
I was already in it, and baby, when that switch came, it came, and I was just like, "Whoa, buddy, this is not what I signed up for." But again, being that person, being that empath who just wants to love on
Love
people
it all the way.
and help you. Oh my God, I can save you. You can do this type of thing to help you. You can do this to help you, and just trying so hard because you always want to see the good in people. You don't always see the good. You always want to see the good in people.
Mm-hmm.
As looking back, that person was not good for me, but I was trying to make them good for me.
Right.
I was trying to make them the person I thought I saw.
Right.
And that is the most dangerous one, though, because baby, they're very cunning at first. It's very much cunning.
Yeah, the covert is how I dealt with the covert.
And I dealt with both.
Yeah, you
Me
had
too.
I had a covert.
Yeah,
He was kind of introverted, so he preferred to make like he didn't want anything outside. It had to everything had to revolve around us in the house all the time, just in the house. Only thing we went out to do was to do certain things like that he wanted to do. But everything was just in the house. Like if I walked to the store, we walked to the store, and any guy drove slow and looked my direction, he would just be like enraged, like, you know him, you know him. I'd be like, I don't even know nobody. Like, I don't know nobody. Like, it was, and then
was the opposite. Wanted to be the life of the party. Wanted to be seen. Wanted to be heard. Wanted to be in the mix. Just complete opposite. But then would do that whole, like we was talking about, bringing up childhood trauma. Oh, you just like my mama. You gonna leave me like my mama? At this point, yes. Sam,
sounds about right.
Yeah, about right. So,
yeah, pretty much, yes. And that we just discussed the covert blaming and shaming, and I'm gonna tell you the overt because you said you had both. Both of you said you had both. The overt, shaming to gain leverage, putting down, being rude, criticizing, and being sarcastic. Damn, I think he was part overt too, because he tried that too.
Yeah.
Y'all remember when I was losing all of my weight in 2018 so I could get myself healthy again, right? I mean, 2016. I remember I had posted on Facebook. I was barely online that much. I would give everybody update photos or whatever. And I remember this was the funniest thing ever because, like again, it said, I am also an asshole. I'm sitting there and I'm posting, and we were friends. Now we're in a whole full relationship. We was friends before on Facebook, but then we're in a relationship now. So I'm sitting on my phone and I'm putting up my pictures. I'm like, oh my God, I'm 20 pounds away from my goal that I wanted to lose. I'm going hard in the next couple of weeks. And I swear to you not, he turns to me. I'm sitting at my desk. He turns to me. He's in the kitchen and he goes, why would you even post that? Like, you're not at your goal yet. So why would you even post that? So I looked at him. Remember, I lost 100 pounds. I was 20 pounds away from my goal. My goal was 50 at the time. And I think, I was over the goal, but I was like, I'm going to keep going. I think I was almost at 100. And I was just like, nope, I think I'm going to push forward. And he was like, why would you even do that? Why would you even put that out there like that? And this time, I turned and looked at him. I said, every step matters. And then said, delete block. Ready for it? Delete block. To this day, he never mentioned, mind you, we didn't break up for 6 months after that. He never mentioned why he could not access my Facebook page.
And you got
sitting right there while he was talking to me. Delete block.
You got to access off, even though if they're right in front of you.
Yeah. Look, remember we always singing the City Girls anthem. I was really on something like, boo, you not stopping nothing here. I'm sorry. I know what I'm doing. I may have got big over the years, but baby, I don't have that insecurity. I know who I am.
Right. And that's another thing. When they can't hit your insecurities like they want to.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you're a challenge.
Yeah. You are a
Then
challenge.
That's when the shaming and to gain leverage.
They want to break you. They want to break you so low. They want they want you to that point that's so low where they have you. So you won't want nobody, or no one else is going to love me like this person does. No
and that's where the love bombing comes in at. Like Von Sil said, the love bombing. Because what they do is they start when you first get with them, man or female, male or female, when you first get with them, they love bomb the hell everything. The sun and the moon rises and sets on you. The compliments, the caring, the sweetness. Like it's just so pleasant. It's just like, oh my God, my dreams come true. No. And then they start to starve you little by little. Then comes the rudeness. When they ask you something so simple, you don't think it's a problem, but then it becomes a whole big blow up. Then you're trying to figure out what the hell did you do wrong. Then you try to do everything in your power to be like, okay, let's fix this, and they just like, no, it can't be fixed. You know, they're one of those things. And then out of nowhere, they're fine again, and they're back to love bombing you again, and the cycle will continue. Creating confusion comes into that as well.
Ooh, I'm ready to fight.
I told you, I said, listen, I'm getting a little, yeah. Yeah.
Flashback. You still can get these hands.
Yeah. Listen, I ain't seen mine since he walked out of my house almost 5 years ago. And I swear, if I did see him, I'd probably trip him and stomp him. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm still here. But then again, that's cat talking to y'all. Because spiritual Marquita probably be like, ha, 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 ha.
Oh, yeah. I'm tripping them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, because some things, me and my daughter was laughing because I recently saw a picture of him. And it was so funny because we both started, he had locks before. So he started, we locked his hair around the time I locked mine. But mine is so much longer now. I was just like, oh.
Y'all know I get a kick every time I see mine. I'm like, look at you.
All of you.
Okay, let's
move on. Let's move on. We try not to bash anybody, but I mean, I'm so sorry that people are this way and this is who they are. But for me, I'm being triggered, so I'm going to feel better. I feel better. I'm not. You know what's so crazy about all of it? My mother used to always. I was a vengeful person, right? I always wanted to get back at people. So I'll never forget my mother said this to me, and I preached it to my kids. Everything. My mother used to be like, "Listen, the best revenge is when you don't have a hand in it, but God gives you front row center seats."
Yep. That's true.
And honey, I can't tell y'all how many times things come back to me about people who have either like mishandled me or used me, and it comes back, and I just be like, ha ha, and go about my business.
Yep.
Somebody has said, and we talked about this. There was a video. Somebody was like, "Don't be saying that your ancestors don't play about you." I'm gonna tell you, mine don't. I don't care what anybody say. My ancestors don't play about me. And if anybody knew my ancestors when they was alive, they was nothing to play with alive. So I already know they a hot mess. Because Sarita, Aisha, every time I get to start talking, I got to pull up a Newport. Because my granny be coming through. Okay? She be coming through.
Yeah, she do. She be coming through, honey.
She come through. So, because this is, we almost going to like the end of our slides and everything right now. So we can get some more chatting. We didn't do bad. We did an hour running through the slides and the preliminary, stuff. I feel like we should just get to chatting because.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Let me close this real quick because Ivy has a question. And I got to say something. He had looked at this stuff and sometimes it's confusing to make you think you are when you are being self-expressive to communicate. And he said, I am a narcissist. Okay.
That actually, what you just said falls into the third category of of Marquita's slide.
Yep.
When she pulls that back in,
I'm about to.
which literally what that explains. Literally, you're kind of basically explaining that third one, the overt creating confusion, the covert put themselves in a position to receive reassurance and praise from you. So basically, and basically takes joy creating confusion, make you second guess yourself, choices and decisions. Meaning, like basically, that you're being open and expressive, and I feel like sometimes truths, it ain't no, the truth hurts, like they say, or hit dog hollers when you put truth. And so therefore they'll try to flip flop it to make it seem like you did something wrong or you said something wrong when you were basically letting the person know this is how I feel. You know what I'm saying? And so they tend to literally use that against you, or they turn your words to victimize themselves. So you think like, I'm trying to tell you how I feel, how you're hurting me, how you're disappointing me, or pissing me off, or whatever the case may be, and you didn't hear nothing of what I said, yet you chose the words and you chose to weaponize them and use them against me. So that way I'll come back and be like, well, no, you're not a bad person. I'm not saying that. You're a good
this
person.
is what I'm saying. No, you're getting it wrong. And then
and that's where the creating the confusion, because you get to thinking like, well, dang, did I say something out the way?
Yeah.
And and then you gotta think like, hell, this is how my heart feel.
Right.
But I ain't cussed your ass out. I told you how I was feeling, how I'm hurting. So that's basically what they do. And so therefore, yeah, you have to be careful of that, because how you're feeling and how you hurting will be taken out the table, because the confusion was created. So now you got to deal with how they're feeling or how they interpreted what you were saying and things like that. So
the last time I saw mine, he had no teeth in his mouth.
I had to. I saw that, and I had to. Yeah. Oh, all that talking. I just thought that was perfect to put after that whole conversation with Ivy. Because look at that. That's the end result right there. That's the end result.
I saw him, he had no teeth in his mouth.
No teeth in his mouth. No teeth. All right, let me go back. I'm sorry. I just had to. I cannot.
That was a perfect segue, though.
Yeah, that was perfect. Yes. We already Aisha addressed that last one. This is pretty much summing it up, right? The covert narc seems kinder than the overt, who appears obnoxious. They are emotionally unavailable, inaccessible, or responsive. You may not receive compliments because they are focused on staying elevated to maintain their sense of self-importance. You may find yourself doing most of the heavy emotional lifting with a covert narc. They may appear to be emotionally accessible, but it's a performance with intent to exploit. While the overt narc gives with a goal, the covert narc will present themselves to look like they're giving just to receive praise. That makes sense to you guys?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, damn.
Let me tell you the joke about that. I got another one about that. Let me tell you something. That 8 months I dealt with my narc, oh my God. Okay? So, during the time that we were together, we would buy little things and stuff like that for each other, right? So, I had this shirt, right? And it was from a friend of mine. Her cousins have a business. I'm going to plug that when we talk about our Black-owned businesses on next episode. And it was so funny because it was a shirt that said, I love my people, with the red, black, and green in there. I can't find the red, that, right? He did something to piss me off and cause a whole fight. And he, in turn, goes and buys me Beats headphones, right? So he catches his attitude. He takes my Beats headphone. He takes my shirt. And something else he took too. I can't think of it right off the bat. But girl, I told y'all I'm a hot damn mess, didn't I? I took 2 sweaters, a hoodie, some new socks straight out the pack. I got him at Macy's. What else I took? I just went ham. I was like, yep, I can't find.
Ivy has a good question. This is shadow work that they have to do to heal this. Yes, they have to be
I'm
honest.
They have to
I'm
be
gonna
You
be
willing.
got, I mean,
honest.
you have to self-reflect when it comes to that type of
You have to
stuff
be willing
and be
to.
honest with yourself. Because the reason why I say that, and I know that it is, you can do it because there's a couple of guys that I follow on TikTok and they are
Yeah,
diagnosed narcissists. And I listen to their content
yeah.
like,
You know the one I like. I like the one with the
Yeah.
locks.
yes,
He puts it out there. He
yes.
knows what
And the
He
he.
thing
knows what
is
he
like
is.
in self-awareness. I
Yeah.
scream this all the time. Self-awareness. If you are
Mhm.
aware of something, you have the choice to fix it or continue to operate in that
Yep.
space. I say this all the
hmm
time.
They have to be willing to work at it though.
You
If they're
have
not
to. So
willing,
yeah, no, they could do the shadow work, but a lot of people,
They
shadow
have to
work
acknowledge it
hurts.
first. They have to acknowledge
Shadow
it
work,
first.
they have to acknowledge it first, but shadow work hurts, and a lot of people, they avoid that because they don't want to hurt.
see how everything.
They don't want
Mm-hmm.
to hurt, so they avoid the shadow
Oh
Uh-huh.
work.
yeah, that person is avoiding it, Ivy.
Mm-hmm.
They're avoiding it. That's what that is. They're not
Mhm.
even. They're
They're
just
even they're avoiding it, or they're comfortable just
being. Yeah.
No,
what's that?
no,
This the way I am.
no. You see what she said here? She said, however, nothing changed. I felt like they're just trying to mirror my healing
Yeah.
that they was.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That
this is
shows
the
that they
thing.
were playing.
No, but this is the thing about a narcissist. That's how they eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how they eat. They will, if you like this, they like that. You like this, they like that. It's like they're chameleons. They will take on your energy, everything that you do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh.
They.
So I guess now I could throw this question. So you don't think they never heal?
Who
Unless
me?
if they're aware. If they're aware. If they're
They
aware.
have to want to.
They have to want to. Like the dude on TikTok. He's aware of
Yes.
what he is
Yeah, he
and
is.
where he stands.
And I
So
think his work is telling
that's how
everybody
he's
about
healing.
it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
That's how he's
absolutely.
healing. So I think he's self-aware. But like you said, Aisha, if you're not gonna open your eyes, then
Yeah.
I think
That
people
part.
can heal from it if they want to.
If that it's a choice.
If it's a choice.
Yeah.
I agree,
It's
Ivy.
a choice.
They need therapy. They should go to therapy, but they won't.
Inner child. Yeah, but see, even with that, they have to be willing to. Like people can say
Right.
all day that, oh, I'm doing shadow work, but people think shadow work is one day. People think
Right.
healing is just one day.
Right.
Your inner child is
That's
not just one day.
it's
No, it's
showing
not.
it's a continuous.
It's a continuum every day. You have to heal some part of you every day.
Mhm.
Oh,
Every
Yeah.
day. People can say all day, yeah, I'm doing shadow work. I'm healing my inner childhood. Are you? Because you're still in the same cycle as you was 2 years ago.
shoot.
Right.
So
Right. And that lets you, I mean, that honestly just really kind of shows if a person's really trying to heal or they just full of shit.
are they just talking? Because they know that you are the person that you are, Ivy. So they're trying to relate, or they're trying to,
It's gaslighting you to believe that they're changing, so you don't go
Right.
anywhere.
right?
Right.
Yep, that's exactly what that is.
Because my narcissist, he knew about spirituality, but I was stepping into it, so I was doing a lot more,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't understand. I'm conscious too, so I'm a
Right.
conscious
That's right.
spiritualist, and I was conscious before I actually really fully went into spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
But he, he would, in my consciousness, I stopped saying certain things. I
Right.
started being mindful about certain, words I use to people and how I
Mhm.
dressed up, how I responded, things like that. So one day he would call me, like goddess and queen. And then I heard him, we were talking, and he literally was talking to me just like in 5 minutes and then called a black woman a bitch.
Yeah.
And that infuriated me. I was
Yeah.
just like, wait a minute.
I'm not
I
talking
don't
to
care.
you. I'm talking about
Right.
this person.
Yeah. And I'm like,
Yeah.
so I'm not a bitch because I'm with you technically. So that makes me the queen and the goddess.
Uh-huh.
But if I wasn't, I'd probably be that bitch too.
Mhm.
So I just was like, I don't understand the hypocrisy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He didn't catch that. I was just like, he mirrored everything that he knew I was into. He learned just enough things. Let me tell you how they work. He learned just enough about everything to be accessible to every woman.
Yep.
He does it to family. He does it to friends. They're very that's what I mean when I say it has to be them. They have to be the one to make the move to make changes. Because like, you know how you, all right, let's have a joke right here. Just earlier today, before we even like logged in, when y'all both looked at me sideways and was like, where's your glasses? That's what your friends will say to you.
Yeah.
They don't have friends for that. You know, they may have friends that they get around with and shoot the shit and talk crap to each other.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much about it. They don't trust those people with any kind of information. They don't, because they're so full and inflated of themselves, they can't even take you saying that don't match. Don't wear that. Or it's going to rain. Don't wear that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're so inflated in their own, like their whole thought process and everything, that they don't even see that. So if you can't, like, how you can say, y'all looked at y'all both, this was the funniest, because both of y'all both side-eyed me like, I was like, okay, I'm going to get them. But, you know, if you can't accept that, to have people around you for that, they going to tell themselves they need therapy? Yeah, they have to be the ones to do it. They have to literally be like, I don't like living like this. There's something wrong. I need to fix it.
Yeah, exactly.
They have to find something wrong with it. If they're eating good out here in this energy and this spirit, they're not changing. That's how I see.
They not.
And I think the guy on TikTok, his wife was getting fed up with him. Because when he first started on TikTok, I followed him. He wasn't talking about narcissism and stuff. He wasn't doing that. I think his wife got tired of him, and he just was like, you know what? I gotta fix this.
He probably had an aha moment.
Yeah.
He had an aha moment of, this is what I am.
I'm about to
aha moment. She said, I'm out.
Yep, I'm about to lose, and I need to, and you know what I mean. And maybe he just is up in age, but I can't even call that because my narcissist is like 51.
But again, some of them never.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that it depends on the individual.
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave it at that. It depends on the individual person
and how bad they want it, how bad they want to change.
Right. Yeah. I don't know about anybody else. I personally, I don't like sitting when my spirit is disturbed.
Me neither.
And I don't know. I could feel it's so bad. I had such a bad experience in that 8 months of dealing with the narcissist that I can feel it in my gut. I feel my whole body goes in waves inside when I come in contact with a narcissist. I literally just be like right now, like that actually makes me very angry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not putting nobody out here, but recently I had some words with somebody that's, around my family. And the way that they tried to gaslight me, baby, I was like, you better be glad. Like, see, here go the hands. Said, you better be glad you where you at, because I put my hands and feet on you right now. Because I knew that they were taking my words and twisting them. And I know for a fact that I communicate very clearly. Sometimes I may go off, but I will stop and be like, did you understand that? Because I'll say it another way. But don't you ever try to twist the words and come out my mouth. That's a fight right there. You're not going to twist my words for your benefit, because I'm way, way past that.
And a lot of people do that.
A lot of people definitely do that. Yeah.
I mean, you have, and I'm not even going to say that in just love relationships, because I've had ex-friends do that to me. Try to twist my words around and what I felt and what I said. And go ahead on with that. I realized I surround myself with so many narcissistic people. It was disgusting.
Yeah. But I feel like I ain't gonna say unintentionally. I feel like we all kind of sit around narcissists as well as we be narcissists until you get that, like you said, that awakening moment where it don't feel good. And you like, I don't like this. Like, I don't want to be in this headspace. Like, I don't like how it used to move me. I don't like how it moves me now. And when you become aware, you can work on it, like you said, and get away from it. You know, like you said, because you feel it differently. When you are aware, you feel it differently.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
and
painful. I think
that's what it is. It's very painful.
It's
very painful.
It's painful. It's painful.
Very,
all right, I'm gonna have we got anything else? Okay, no. We discussed empaths, right? So an empath is a person highly attuned to feelings and emotion of those around them. They can understand, and I say understand because I feel like it's inside, the feelings of others. They can actually take on emotions of those around them. So Are you an empath? Do you find yourself taking other stress? Have you been accused of being too sensitive in the past? Do you feel overwhelmed in crowded spaces? Would others describe you as empathetic? Stop hiding over there. These are the traits of an empath. I am we already discussed that we are empaths.
Hypersensitive
I am
empath.
hypersensitive. Yeah, I am hypersensitive. Like,
I can
I'm,
feel everyone's emotion.
yeah.
Every
Especially when people walk. Remember, I told you guys that day I was on the phone, I was video chatting, I was sending y'all messages. I was like, yo, I'm really not liking the energy in my office today. The patients were coming in and I was just feeling the negative off of everybody. And I was just like, I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go home. Oh my God, it is very painful. And there's days that people come in and I could talk to them and I'll get sad, like really, really sad.
Yeah.
And before COVID, I used to hug people because I used to be like, oh my God,
That was me.
oh my God,
Yes.
are you okay? You know?
That was me.
Yeah, it's bad. People don't understand it either because at the same token, I can also detach myself emotionally.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I've learned how to detach their emotions.
You have to, otherwise you'll lose your sanity.
You sure will.
Yeah, I used to cry at pet commercials on TV.
I still do. I still do. I get emotional. I see something. I'll be like, "Well, I'm not tearing up. What the hell? I'm in here by myself."
No. I'll watch a movie and I can like, even though I know they're acting.
Yep.
It's the scenario.
It's the emotion.
Why am I crying?
The Christmas movies, they wore me out this season.
Okay.
Woo, Lord, they wore me out. They
wore
me out this season because I was such a hopeless romantic, and I was just like, well, damn.
I'm gonna tell you, you know what had me going today? I teared up today. Y'all ready for it?
No.
So I was showing my daughter when Jaden Smith came out with the song Icon a couple of years ago, and Will was like mocking him, but then at the end of the video, he was like, "I'm so proud of you, boy." Well, I said, "Did you ever see the video?" She goes, "No." So I pulled up the video, let her watch it, and I'm watching it. And I'm just like all full. She's like looking at me. I was like, "Yo, that's yo. I understand that." He ruined his son on, and my daughter just looked at me like, "Okay, get a grip."
I can imagine her. I can imagine her like.
Yeah, she'd just be like, okay.
All right. It's one of those moments. We're having a moment.
Yep. That's how she looks at me now. Like, okay, let's get it together. You good? Yeah, okay. It's so bad. It's so bad. I was told that too. Yeah, hold on. Let me come out of that for a second because we can remove this now. But we can address that. I was told that too. I was too emotional. Who else we got there?
That's it. That's all.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I was told that I was too emotional. I was told I am the problem. The problem. I didn't know what it was. Like, what's the problem? I'm the problem. So why
you're the problem because you spoke up that your feelings was hurt.
Yeah, I'm the problem. Everything's about how you feel. You feel. I'm like, most human beings do feel.
You feel weirdo.
That's the best word.
I tell people all the time, you're not a robot.
No,
stop acting like a robot.
You're not a robot. You're a human being. You're gonna hurt. You're gonna be happy. Please. But
that also goes back to childhood too.
Yes.
How many of us was told, stop crying? What you crying for? What you doing that for? That's why I'm always telling people, let your kids feel feelings.
Yes.
Let them cry.
Yes.
Let them feel emotions,
Like I used to be the same thing. I was a high advocate when it came to my kids in school. Teachers be like, well, they didn't have a good, attitude. I said, what are they? They're human, right?
Right.
I said, they're basically little versions of you. You're human. They're little humans. They're going to have good days, bad days. So they can't have an off day. You have an off day, and when the meeting be over with, they be like, oh, okay. All right. I'm like, yeah, like
we know not to call her in no more.
Right. That's what I'm like. I was a huge advocate when it came to that. Like you're basically policing these kids' emotions. And that's why a lot of these kids is that because obviously some of us, especially in the Black community, we recognize like your kids should be able to feel, allow them to have emotions. If they're saying that they don't feel good internally, go get them counseling. Now a lot of us are cognitive, but a lot of people weren't.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, that's when I say one thing I do appreciate about the movement with this generation, they're open about things.
Yeah.
You know, they're very open. I think
Yeah.
Gen X, we kind of cracked it, you know, but the millennials and they're on, they didn't busted it wide open, like, hey, this is what it is, you know, acknowledge this, you know, and I think I like the direction as far as being able to get the help and stuff instead of,
Yeah.
like you say, us internalizing so much.
Yeah, because they told, there was no conversation about how we feel.
It wasn't. Or you was
Um,
always told, stress. You too young to be stressed. You ain't got no bills. You ain't that. And it's just like,
yeah. And what you so stressed about?
yes.
Because also a lot of people don't understand little kids are very empathic too. They feel the parents' feelings too. They feel
Yes,
their
they do.
feelings too. They
Yes,
feel
they
it.
do. Yep, they
feel
do.
it.
And it's funny because everybody's been making a lot of jokes on TikTok about us Gen X's and everything. And my daughter said it to me. She was like, you guys like basically survived by
Yeah.
any means.
Yeah.
She was like, you have no emotions. You watch your communities get torn down with crack and all kind of drugs and violence. She said police abuse, like you watch things happen. Like you guys saw some of she said y'all are really detached emotionally. From the fact that you went to school and saw these things but couldn't come home and talk to your parents about seeing these things. And she said, it's the craziest thing ever. I was like, yeah. I said, I guess that's probably why we are the way we are and people don't understand that. Like people now don't understand. In our minds, we're like, all right, get over it. You don't have time.
Because y'all seen so much. So like I can see both points though. I really can. I can see both points. You know,
you can't. My thing is, you just can't stay stuck and waddle in it because if you do, you're going to be depressed and you're going to be stuck there forever. And I tell a lot of people around me that all the time.
We didn't even realize that we are stuck in it because a lot of the way we move now is from all of this stuff. We're so behind the scope. That's why I love when you said this generation's got it. I love it because we're so stuck. We had so many mixed messages. Yeah. So we got so many mixed messages, and then we tried to fan out what was productive for us, and we tried to use them. Some of them were good, some of them were bad. And it's just like our kids now, which I said to my daughters not too long ago, I was like, not for nothing. We weren't all great, but we weren't all bad yet because we produced you guys. You guys was like, okay, we see where the problem is and we're going to fix it.
Yeah, that's true.
You understand what I'm saying?
Well,
so,
they better start giving y'all some props because we turned out all right. You know,
y'all not bad. Like y'all really not. Now the next level, I don't know what's going on with them, but we really not bad. Y'all guys did pretty good.
These new kids.
Yeah, I don't know either, and I don't want to say that because I'd be the first one to be like, "Oh, come on, the babies don't know," but I don't know about this.
I don't know because they coming out talking.
Yeah,
I'm coming out talking about some hi.
I'm scared. Listen, you heard I asked Zell the other day. What I asked Zell today? Are you the drama? No, I'm not the drama.
She said, I think so too.
No, I don't think I'm the drama. I was like, wait, what? Like, okay.
Clearly, okay.
Right. So, I mean, these new kids, okay? Aisha granddaughter looking and laughing at people like, you're a joke.
And she's only 2 months. What were you doing? She wasn't even 2 months at that time when I was talking to her. I said, wait. I said, did she just laugh?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she laughed. So I was like, she just came out the womb.
When I was to go visit my niece, and she told me, hi, look at me dipping my eyes. I'm like, hold up.
Different times.
We got to be careful. It's a whole nother generation that they done produced that's on a whole nother level. So
like that generation is going to be.
I'm just grateful because indirectly, we kind of broke some of these generational curses, and now our kids are going even further to be like, you know what? And I think that's because it's funny because it's a good and a bad into this. A lot of us were young parents, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And I think that a lot of we didn't like the fact that our parents hit us with the "I'm not your friend, I'm not one of your little friends," right? I mean, I've hit my kids with that too, but it was in the right moment. Yeah. But we always showed up for our children, and what I mean by that is we may not always listen, but they know we coming. We gonna come to that school. We gonna go to that parent. We gonna show up. So they knew that was gonna happen no matter what.
I can say that. My mama was always hold up.
Yep. Not this one here.
Always there.
Not this one here. So, I think that helped them be open and advocate for themselves better because we didn't know how to advocate for ourselves.
That's true.
Because we were constantly told to be quiet and things like that. And I think that's why so many, believe it or not, I don't think it's as many narcissists out and about as it was before. I think a lot of them were in our generation.
Mhm.
There's some younger ones, but I think that a lot of them was in our generation. There's some here, but I really feel that a lot of our generation, the Gen X's, there's a lot of narcissists there.
It is.
That's why a lot
And
of
it's
us
because we didn't get to break from the mold of our parents.
Nope.
Because there was a lot of narcissism in our parents'
household.
generation, and even our
And the one
grandparents'
before that, exactly.
Yeah, in our grandparents' generations, definitely. So
I think that caused a lot of the problem and things of that nature. But I'm gonna shoot on back over here to this next slide right here because we're almost done. So with the empath, there's a pros and cons to empath, right? Let's go. Before we even look at this, somebody tell me what's the pros of being an empath. Y'all empaths, we empaths.
The pros for me, I can read the room real quick.
See through the bullshit. Quick, hurry. And I can tell when somebody's lying to me when they're not being honest. They're not being honest with me.
That's the fastest one to me. That and I didn't realize that until I got a little bit, older and a little bit, more tapped in. That I can really tell when someone is bullshitting me.
And you know what's my favorite part about that? I say nothing.
I learned too. I learned like, and sometimes and then that's my petty.
I used to get angry.
My petty side will just play along with it. I'm like, okay, you think okay, you think you can fool me? Okay, I'm gonna play with you.
And that be the part for me. I stay quiet on a lot of things that I can address. I choose not to. I just be like, okay.
Yeah, because I used to overly address stuff. I used to address stuff. Now I'm like,
nah. I always used to tell my kids act accordingly, right? And I used to tell other people that was in my life, I'd be like, act accordingly. And people, I remember I said this to somebody funny, like, act accordingly. I said, because I will respond accordingly. I will respond accordingly. You're going to lie to me, I'll never listen to nothing else you got to say again. And I'll make it my point to never be in your presence with you. I just won't be in your presence. I won't. Once you lie to me and I catch it, I'm like numb. I don't have nothing for you. I will not give you anything. I learned how to block like that. You get nothing from me anymore. I go into a total mechanical person.
Because why lie? Even when it's something small. I hate when someone lies to me about something small. That's what. Why do you lie about that?
I don't even like just lying because
I don't like
it's a poor character trait, and I really personally believe like I'm grown. Listen, when we was little, we couldn't even talk. Cause they'd be like, shut your mouth. Everybody talking to you, stay in the chaplet. I couldn't wait to get to grown so I could okay? So me lying is fear. I ain't scared. You ain't whooping my ass. I said what I said. Okay?
Yes.
So you can like it or you can not like it. But at the end of the day, I said what I said.
I said, what you gonna do? Nah, boo boo.
Right. What you gonna do? So when you lie to me, I just be looking at you like you're weak. Because you can't even own what you can't even just own it. Just own it. What's wrong? That I tell you,
or a lot of people get pissed off when you say stuff and they get offended. I've been dealing with that lately. They get offended very quickly instead of kind of inhale and exhale and be like, okay, let me keep it real with myself, and this is what it is.
Absolutely,
they want to pass it off to like it's you, and not addressing like maybe it's you.
Right. You are the drama.
Yes.
You are the drama.
Hey, bestie.
Oh yeah, body language. I can pick up on body language quick, and I pick up on little things too. Little things, very
eye contact for me.
Little things like when
I have to learn that everybody doesn't make eye contact, but eye contact, I look right at you when I'm talking.
I mean, but everybody can't do that. I don't know. To me, it's almost like, I don't know, like some vibrational energies that come off the body. Like I just be like, they not comfortable, or they're too confident. They're hiding something. Like I can read people's auras. I think that's the best thing.
And there are a lot of people because coming from when I used to, like as a kid, I used to be super shy. I did not like looking at people in their faces. I didn't.
Same here. Yeah, but I think that's why I'm an eye contact person.
But you got to think about when we grew up, Marquita. You bet not. It was a challenge when you looked your parents into the eye.
Right.
And I think that's why I do it. I think that's
they felt like you was bucking up to them or whatever. So
Which also, not to go off topic, which is still on topic. It shows you how they incorporated a lot of Jim Crow and slavery in raising us.
That
but
is true.
it was so strong in us, because I know I got in trouble a lot of times with my mama. Oh, you think you grown, you bucking me? It's like, no, I'm just looking at you in your eyes. So
No, I'm absorbing it all. I'm getting it in.
I'm comprehending. I'm listening to you.
Yeah.
I ain't even saying nothing.
But you know
So,
what?
yeah.
I think the reason why I don't like, because like I used to say, you can really tap in when you look in someone's eyes too. And sometimes I'm like, okay, I don't want to. Never mind. I don't want.
Okay.
The eyes definitely reveal a lot.
Yeah.
So
I get it. But
And you want to hear what's so crazy about being an empath? We can project feelings too. People don't know that.
Oh yeah.
I've had patients lie to me, right? And I'll be at my desk, and they just start to, then I break it right, bang 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 bang, and they go, yeah, okay,
yes,
yeah, go on now,
yep.
Go on. Don't come over here with that. And it's so crazy because I've done that so many times, and I didn't.
My mama said, my mother said, I struggle trying to understand you. But
she sure did. Yes, I'm posting that one.
Butt part.
What's the butt part, right?
But
I mean, and that's the thing. That's the beauty when you really sit down and heal. Because now I am an adult, and I think my mother views me as an adult.
Right.
We've been able to talk about some uncomfortable things. I'm sure there's some more uncomfortable things that are yet to come. Mm-hmm. But I believe in timing. But we've been able to work through some of the things, like, well, well, mom, I felt like blah 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 blah,
mm-hmm.
and da da da, and things of that nature. So
that's good though.
Just because it's not a hand, like, I'm pretty sure, Mama, you could probably attest to this. Y'all didn't know what the hell no empath was.
They did.
Yeah. Right.
So you being put an empath in your lap that's full of emotions and stuff like that. You like, what the hell am I supposed to do with it? What am I supposed to do with it?
Yeah.
Because in their mindset, I done fed y'all the clothes. What else?
What else? Yeah, and that's really not. And this just shows y'all my growth and my healing. I forgive my mother because I understand she did not know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's what it is. We have to forgive, and that because there's that process going around when we start looking at our parents as people.
Yes,
it changes. And that was me. Like a couple years ago, I had to realize I had to look at my mom and dad as people, not as my parents no more. Mm-hmm. They were doing the best they could, as far as raising me, how they saw fit.
Yeah. Vancell, you right. When mama yelled, put your head down. Yeah, because that direct eye contact, that was a sign of bucking them or, challenging authority. Because I feel like our parents, I feel like parents, it was a power struggle for them.
Yeah.
You feel like you're parenting when you have power.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I get that. Mm-hmm.
And you know what's so crazy? Because I put my head down because, Vancell is my sister.
I respect that, Mom. I respect that.
I do too. I saw that. And not for nothing. I was very challenging. I would you see what she put, right?
Yes.
You see what she put? I can't. I mean, listen, okay. I tell everybody all the time, what you get, and my mother used to tell people too, she is who she is. When she stands in something, she stands in it.
Yeah.
And I done got my sister, man, my mama used to tear me up because I was that child. I'm going to debate. I did not do that. Why am I getting in trouble for this? That was me all the way around. My mother used to call me the rebel without a cause. I don't know why. I always had a cause.
You know who I just thought of? You know what I just thought of when you said that?
What?
Zell.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, she's always debating and fighting in here with her.
And see, that was me with my mom. So I got it. Like, I'm like, well, why? But why? See, I was always trying to I'm always trying to understand some shit, and that's been me since a child. Like, well, why does it function like this? Well, why are you angry?
See, I was the opposite. I didn't start until I got a little bit older.
Girl, that was Miss Cynthia's thing. You just got too much. You talk too damn much. I'm like, but I got something to say.
When I got older, my mom was like, "Why are you talking back?" I'm not talking back. I'm just telling you how I feel.
I'm just telling you, yeah. And you know what? I want to just say, Mama Kelly, I greatly, greatly appreciate you because you stepping in this light is a beautiful thing.
Yes,
this right here in itself. This is beautiful.
I'm gonna screenshot that because the fact that she acknowledged it and she said it.
All right, I'm getting emotional. God.
Me too. That's what I
Yeah.
Mommy, you make them cry.
That's what, when she said it, like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, because I can feel.
Mm-hmm. Well, we talked about it, so that's why I ain't getting emotional. We didn't had our moments because we've gotten deep into that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
a lot of people are going to see that because that's what they want from their parents.
That's it. Especially our generation.
Well, see, my mama, all I seen was strength. I never seen my mother. My mother, you know, and like I said again, I knew she loved me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But I always seen strength.
Yeah.
I only seen my mother cry a handful of times.
That's my kid.
I always see my mama, if she fell off the track, you know, like with, you know, decisions or whatever, she got back on, let me get it together. Let me, you know, it, I never seen, I never viewed her as human, basically. Like
that
you
was
said.
That was a lot of our moms. A lot, especially having a Black mom.
Yeah.
They come from, you ain't got a choice. We got to get up.
My mother, see, and even with her, she got another very, very good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She said, I didn't know about empaths. I've always thought that there was something wrong because I could sense that something was going down or pick up on other people's auras, emotions. Mm-hmm. And because I used to always ask my mama dating, and you know, kids, any young people, listen to your parents. Because sometimes they know what the hell they talked about. Because I used to ask my, you know, that was something important to me. A dude like me, meet my mama. Mm-hmm. Period. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if we was in the beginning stages. That way I need to know if I'm wasting my time. Or thank you. It was nice meeting you. Deuces. Yeah. And my mother would tell you, I don't like him. I don't like him. So
my mom wouldn't tell me right, and she would just look at me like,
you sure that's what you want?
Yes.
Ooh, Ivy. Ooh, Ivy.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. You know what, Ivy, and it's crazy that you say that. Mama, chime in the comments. My mother was very defensive too.
Yeah.
It took years of growing, and I even hate to say this.
It's a lot to deal with.
I felt my mom softened up when she lost my grandmother.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's when the veil was released. The veil was released and she was able to tap into certain things because my mother was always defensive as well. Yeah. Like I say, everything was a challenge to my mom, but you're not going to challenge me. I'm strong. Yeah. I brought you in this world. I'm going to take you out. My mother had always been strong like that. Mm-hmm. But over the years, and I feel like when she lost that, I don't know what softened up. I feel like losing her mother as well as just being me and going through my journey. Unintentionally, I think my mom kind of latched onto my journey. Like, let me start kind of figuring out me as well. And I feel like I really feel, I feel like that's when she, you know, her defenses. So don't give up on her. Yeah. And what you feel like she's emotionally shutting down, she's actually reflecting. Mm-hmm. Yes. Because you got like I say, our parents was born on some different type shit, so they've internalized way more than we've internalized. Right. So that's a lot more unpacking they got to do. Yeah. Go ahead, Sarita. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. Because I just had a thought. Sometimes our parents, and I know, they will look at it like, I wish I was like that. Like, I wish I could be like my child in a way. You know, like I think a lot of our moms wish that they could be as outspoken or as like, you know, I'm gonna say what I want to say, because my mom tells me all the time, like, you just say what you want to say. And I tell her, well, I'm at the point in my life, I'm grown too. And I'm not gonna let people keep talking over me. I'm not gonna let people run over me, because I've dealt with a lot of people.
And our parents have a hard time with that. Yeah, because I feel like they always see us as children. And I think that's something that was one of the uncomfortable things that we had to. I'm like, Mama, I love you, but I'm a grown woman. I'm my own person. Right. I'm saying this because this is how I feel, and my feelings are as they're validated as a grown woman. You know, you got to see me as a grown woman. Yes, I'm your daughter.
Tell parents that you have to look at even when we have to look at our parents as people, you have to look at your children as people also. They're also going through.
You gotta let them grow up.
You gotta let them. You gotta let them experience things. You gotta let them. You gotta let them. You know, even if they burn their hand, let them burn their hand so they can see. Oh,
that's hot. I had to learn that one.
Yeah, right.
Same here. You know, and because it's funny because even when me and Mama be conversing sometimes with certain things, she be like, "Yeah, you call the kids." I'm like, "I ain't talk to them little Negroes. That's right. I don't have to check in with them. Let them figure that shit out. They'll call me when they need me. Love them, but you know,
because you always know that you're there. That's like with my mom. It don't matter. I know my mama's always going to be there on. You know, if I need her, she'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
Needs me, she'll call. You know. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
I had to learn that too.
Okay, Mama. All right, come on, Mama. And Danielle. Okay. You have to. It's just, I think because because of how we were raised, it's hard to crack open that egg. You know what I'm saying? You know, but you got to be like, hey, you know, I respect you as my parent, but there's some things that I have to get off of me for my healing.
Eventually it's going to come out, though. Eventually it's going to come out. Eventually something's going to happen and it's going to come out.
Because I'd rather for people to tiptoe kind of in and say, hey, let's talk about this, opposed to something happening and you explode. Then I feel it happens messy.
Yes, and that's when
then you get off the negative emotions opposed to the things that you need to heal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, eventually it's going to happen, you know, even if you got to write them a letter.
Right.
Mama, thank you for that. My mother said you get
going.
to the
okay.
She said
I saw it.
You get to the point where you have to value your children's endpoint. After a certain age or experiences, they might be able to give you some insight into some things.
Yes.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all. I don't understand. I personally don't understand. My mom didn't treat me like a child, like when I got to grown, but she did. Like I tell everybody the story, and I'm always laughing. Like my mom still beat me, and I was like married and a mother. You know, she slapped me in my mouth when she didn't like things I said or hit me. And I literally one time, I mean, we was living. Me and my ex-husband was actually living at home with her, and she like kept pushing on my door, yelling at me about something. And I was like, that wasn't me. Like that was my brother, who was at the time I think like 17. Mind you, I'm the adult that's married, and I'm like, why do I need to lie to you for? Like I'm grown. Like I think she pushed and I was pregnant. She pushed my door in, and when she pushed my door in for like the third time, because I kept closing the door on her, like, I don't even want to hear it. She pushed my door in and she stood there. And by the time she pushed the door and I was standing there with her, I said, listen, I'm a grown ass woman. Yeah. I'm somebody else's wife. We are doing our best to get out your house. But what we not going to do is this. The energy you have for me just now, you should have had that to your son who just lied in your face. Okay, but you coming at me with all of this aggression. I said, I swear to you, Ma, I love you, but you step across my door, we gonna tussle up in here. I was like through at this point. And it's so crazy because my father and I had the same kind of blow ups all the time. Me and my mom had them too, but I think that's what, once I moved out, my mom started to see me as an adult. Yeah. Right. And I can understand that, like where that separation comes in at. But the crazy part is that I live with my daughter and I see her as an adult. We roomies. Right. Okay. We roomies. Right. Okay. Now, it's funny because we have our days. Okay. But we're roomies strictly out. Like I don't question, I don't bother. I just mention stuff like, could you not do that? Or could you clean that up, please? So I could do such and such. She's like, all right. And that's just that we going about our business. I don't understand why, like I can't see myself getting in my daughter's face when she's a mother. I can't see myself getting in my daughter's face and she's a grandmother. I literally can look at my children right now as equals. I don't understand how people can't see that. If I could work with a girl in my daughter's age group and see her as an adult,
I feel like it's the sense of not being able to let go of that sense of control and being over somebody.
It's control.
It's the control, being over somebody.
And that's the narcissism that we grew up with.
Yep. And it's that control.
Yep.
Because some of them don't have control of their own life. So they have to grab.
They got to take it out. They got to put that energy and put it on somebody else. Did you see that one with Ivy?
Yeah, I'm going.
Ivy and continue to let it out. No, the one I let it out. Mm-hmm. The thing is that you have to continue to let it. You have to continue to let it out, because if not, it's going to continuously always come at you as you hurt them. You know, and that's a form of manipulation. Yeah, manipulation and narcissism. Because again, like I say, don't nobody ever want to deal with being corrected, especially when, like I said, again, they're in that I'm your mama, I'm grown, I'm authoritative over you.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
I think your mom, when she sees you with your daughter, when she sees how you interact with your daughter, how you are with her,
It could be a little envy.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It could be a little bit of jealousy there.
Mm-hmm.
It could be like, she just sees how you are, because Ivy, I know you personally. You are a great mother, and how you are raising her. You're raising her to be an outspoken woman. You're raising her all these, because women, I want that.
Let me tell you something. Most of this generation, I mean, I've done it with my daughters, raised them to advocate for themselves.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of the past generation wish they could have liberated themselves that way.
Right.
I did too, but shit. Sometimes I'll be wondering, damn it, did I do it too damn well? Because I want to choke you out, little heifer. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I got two of them. I'm like, yeah, man. I raised y'all to advocate for yourself and be your own voice. But sometimes I'll be wanting to be like, heifer, wait a minute.
Right. Calm down.
Yeah.
Pipe down. Pipe down.
She said, pipe down.
Yeah. I can see that, because that's how my mom is. She was like, all right, now I know I told you to speak your mind now, but
Ivy, I think my mother responded to you. She hasn't come to terms with some things within herself. Yeah. But yeah.
I'm guilty of that myself, but I try every moment to do the opposite. Yeah.
I mean, it's a hard cycle.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're recognizing it though.
Yeah.
That's the first
self-awareness. That's when you can make the change, when you self-aware.
Yes. When you can be like, okay, I'm being a little bit too hard. Maybe there's a different route I can take. You're stepping in the right direction. So don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up.
If you recognize that you can correct it,
you can make the change.
Because I did that through certain things. I was like, okay, let me back up. Let me back up. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I'm in overkill or trying to be controlling. Let me back up. You know what I'm saying? Let me check myself. So it happens to the best of us.
Right.
I think she also believes it's hard because I'm different. I'm spiritual.
Yes,
I mean, and people fear what they don't understand because they don't want to take the time to get to understanding.
Yeah, and you're raising your daughter to be the same way. So
exactly.
You're a free spirit, and your mom is scared of that too. Also, she's terrified of that too.
With free spirits, they feel like they lose control.
Yeah, exactly.
They free spirit can't be controlled. Yeah.
Again, she can't put you in a book. She can't box you up. She can't control. She can't. She wants you to be her, but she can't make you be her though.
Anybody got any other questions or anything?
No. Mama's talking.
Oh, okay.
Mama's talking to Ivy.
I see it now. She said, "Mama, all right." Once she finds her inner peace, she'll be more receptive to a conversation.
She's right.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
I could tell the more and more my mom's finding her peace because she's more receptive to certain conversations. Because mama tell you, I'm like I said, I'm sensitive, but I will try your ass because I am deaf.
Because you're, but people don't understand that though about sensitive people. When you hurt our feelings or you say something weak.
Because I sure be dipping the toe like, let me see if I get burnt if I talk about that. Let me put my pinky toe in there and be like, and if she scold me, I'll be like, okay, it ain't the time. It ain't the time. I'll try back another day.
I don't want to be rude, but I'm gonna eat. I'm hungry.
Well, we coming on, we coming on the end of our show anyway.
Right.
So
it's our show. I can do what I want.
Exactly. Right. Okay, let me stop.
Y'all want to go back to this last slide?
Because it is our show.
Well, while you're eating, you want one of us to read?
So we started with the pros. Let's hit them cons up.
Okay. Well, the pros was provide emotional support for others. Know when someone needs help. You can tell if someone will be good for you. That one gets a little shaky.
That's a lie, because I still
That
ain't
one-
found that one.
Right. I'm about to say that gets a little shaky because you be thinking, because
You be
we
thinking.
always see the good in people
Yeah.
until they show us like absolutely the hell not.
I'll
And
be
that's
like,
why we get
"God
caught up.
damn it, you
Mhm.
did it
That's why.
again."
That's why
Fact.
so many of us are single too.
Facts. All right. The cons is feeling emotionally drained often, find it hard to find time for yourselves. Ooh.
Mm.
Your ability to read others may feel invasive to some.
Mm.
Okay, so the pros detail. Being able to tap in to feelings of others allow you to be a better support or care for people who matter to you most.
Yeah.
Being attuned means being able to spot a liar a mile away. Not easy to be taken advantage of, or if you are, it's usually because you've ignored your instincts, not because you've missed signs. And I definitely can relate on some of that. And the cons details is parties, weddings, funerals, large crowds are emotionally draining due to exposure of many emotions of others.
People
You find
never. Yeah, I stopped going to places. Like, I don't go to funerals anymore. I try not to do parties for long. If I do, I really care about you, and I'll go for maybe an hour or two. And
Yes.
they don't understand that it is very draining for me. I am dead the next day.
It is.
Yes.
It is. Then the other one, difficult to unwind if they carry the emotions of others.
Mm.
Struggle with sleep or maintain their own mental wellness if they don't find a way to balance outside inputs they constantly receive. They're
That's all three
constantly
of us.
receiving.
Go ahead, let's see the hand. That's
Right.
all of us.
It is. Look, you ain't got to put our business out there for the world. You know?
Oh gosh.
Guy got a little personal quickly.
Look, I'll random text y'all up.
But we all be doing that. All be doing that.
Y'all
Yes.
up.
Okay, so going back to the pros, that is one of the things I suffer with, and I think it is a pro and a con. Because I care about people so much, especially people that you really care about, and you see like their emotional distress or their unhealthy emotional behaviors. It's like, fix it.
Yeah.
I feel what you're going through. I see what you're doing. Fix it. And it's killing me because I want, like you say, the people that I really, really care about. Like I want
to help.
I want to help.
You feel what they feel.
Yeah.
And it
should be whether you know it or not. It's like sometimes I have to stop myself. Like I said earlier, I was like, who's this feeling attached to me? Like I don't know who is this jittery feeling or what is this attached to me? You know, what is it? So yeah, I can. Whew.
And then the second one talking about being attuned, being able to spot a liar a mile away. This one's a little tricky because the liars are pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna step in front, like even being an empath, because I have such a caring and nurturing heart, I've been bamboozled.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I've been bamboozled, and it'd be like, well, your ass been faking and fronting this whole time, and I missed the whole shebang, and now I'm stuck and I'm pissed now because it's like you took advantage of me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it was just a week or two.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still offended because I didn't catch on sooner.
And that's
you know,
time
so
I can't
that
get
was.
back.
I think that's a tricky one. I think that's a pro and a con. That's on the fence.
Yeah.
And then like you were saying, as far as like parties and weddings and stuff, I can go, especially if I fool with you the long way.
Yeah.
But after a while, I definitely have to. I have to unplug for a few days.
Me, I'm like, who gonna be there? How many people?
Oh yeah, I want details too.
I will who be there.
What house is this gonna be at? Who?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't even have to ask that anymore because people tell me. I remember one time, me and my sister was not on the best of terms, and my cousin invited me to a birthday dinner, and I was like, "Is my sister gonna be there?" Because I don't want the energy to be bad. Because at that point, I couldn't mask anything; you could see everything. And she goes, "No, your sister's not gonna be there." And I'm sitting there. She was like, "Oh, I'm like, all right." And I'm sitting there, and I go into the kitchen with something. The way the house was set up, they had my sister on the other side of the house, and I just looked at them like, "Why y'all playing with me, yo?" I wanted to tear the whole house down. Like, don't do that to me, because they drove me there because it like snowed like today, and it was like, "Oh, we'll drive." Because I was like, "I'm not going to snow, and I'm not driving this late. It's gonna be ice, and I'm going." "Oh no, we'll pick you up." They went that far to get me to go. When I told them me and my sister really not on the best terms, and I didn't want our energy to mess up the dinner.
Mhm.
And that was nice, but no, they didn't want. They had to bring us. I swear, I ain't talked to my cousin for like 6 months.
I had a holiday come up, and it was something heavy on my spirit, and it was eating at me because I wanted to address it, and I was just like, that shit ain't right. This shit ain't right. Like, it was bugged on me. It was so hard for me to contain it because I was like, oh my God, like I want to say it because I'm over here jacked the hell up. You know,
twist it up.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, see, Ivy had a question. Sarita,
I'm going.
Okay. Okay, Sarita, I've been add a question. My mom always feels some way I would have. Oh, like you having other people watch your child or having your kids around.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong. Yeah, that is your kid at the end of the day. It's not her child.
And your job is to protect. Your job is to create as minimum childhood trauma as possible.
Yes, it's your job to, like Marquita said, protect her. So protect her at all costs.
Even if it means from your parents.
Yeah, if you don't want her around certain people, your child does not have to be around certain people.
Exactly.
If your child does not want to be, if you don't want your child around certain family members, your child doesn't have to be. Like, this is something I think that probably me and my mom probably will bump heads with, because when I have children, I don't want my child around certain family members. And I know it's always, well, that's your family, that's your family. I don't care.
It don't matter.
It doesn't matter. Like,
energy
is real.
It sure is.
My favorite.
And baby,
just because they blood don't erase bad, negative spirits or energy.
Yeah, and babies can feel it. You're not doing wrong. At the end of the day, you're doing how you grew up. You don't want your child to grow up that way.
You're breaking generational curses.
So yeah, don't. And if that is not being, yes, you're being protective. Of course you are. That is your cub. She is just 1 year old. Absolutely protect that baby at all costs. No question asked.
You can tell anybody you want to at this point. You are responsible for that little human life. And if they don't like your decisions, you step outside.
Yes, I
I strongly believe that. You can step outside. You have a problem. And I said that to people in my family. You don't like the way I'm raising my kid, and you don't do nothing for my kid, you step outside so we can rob them. Because I'm going to show you how I go hard for my kid.
You have no say so. This is my seed. Okay. Mine.
Okay. What else we got? Is that it?
Hold on. Wait, one more. Because then we can talk some more. Yep, that was it. That was the last slide.
Okay.
Because I think
this was a good episode.
This was a good one.
Okay, part one.
So we already went over this. We just talked about this. So
did we? Oh, but it's still good. A good read, honey. Cause
no, this actually could go into next show.
Okay. So we'll wait to read that one.
Yeah, because this is the next show.
Okay. Yes. All right.
Okay.
So y'all know we will be back on. Hold on, let me get my calendar.
Yeah, because Aisha tells us the dates. We don't
I could listen. I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Man. Okay, so our next show will be on January the 21st.
Dang.
It seems so far away.
I know, it does seem far away. Okay, January 21st. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
the 21st.
Okay. I can relate. My family tries to control who I baby. Family need to say, but the thing is, they need to stay out your business.
When it's all said and done, them your kids.
Them your
kids.
And what you wanted to, how you want to raise them, how you want them to think, that's your choice.
Yep.
Because you're their parents. You know.
Yeah. Wait a second.
Oh, wait.
Hold on.
We needed me time and little breaks. Oh,
let me answer.
Okay, I read that wrong.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, I misread that.
I'm about to get it popping. Danielle, do you live with any of your family members saying this? I doubt it. My granddaughter lives in the home with me. I know my daughter needs alone time because you know why? Because I needed alone time back in the days and I didn't get it. And I know there was days that I was ready to just jump off my damn terrace because I was like, it just won't stop. How dare they not help you with a babysitter? Where the hell did we go wrong?
Okay,
Bro,
wait. See, this is tapping into my okay. Then
where did we go wrong?
that's her opinion. I got my
We
opinion
tribes.
too.
We come from tribes, man. Do you not know we are a tribal people? Mother-in-laws, when daughters had babies, they came in the home, and while she healed, they took care of baby at home. What the hell happened to us that this is where we're sitting right now?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
But we got to be careful because I'm about to be on the other side of that. I don't mind. I'm a transparent. Me and my oldest daughter just had this conversation. Okay. And this was her one of her issues.
Right.
And I don't offer to babysit. I don't. Because number one, my house just got free 4 years ago. However, if my daughter comes to me and be like, Mama, I'm at my wit's end, I need a break. Right. I'm going out of town.
Right.
Any of my kids, because I got 3 kids. I got 2 girls and a son. All of them got kids. If they come to me and ask me, then if I'm available, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But you got to open up your mouth and tell them too.
Yeah.
As well.
Like I'm an introvert, so I'm always home, right? And
I am too.
My best friend.
It takes a village, but I kind of feel like people have taken that. It takes a village. They've taken it and they've run with it. And I'm just going to be straight. I'm
about to tell you. Yeah, I'm about to say no. You're not wrong about that. I'm about to tell you what I've picked up on. Like I've seen a lot of people say, "What happened to the grandparents we used to drop the kids off at grandma's house?" Okay. On the flip side of that is grandma wasn't raising these kids. Okay. Right. Yeah. Like now,
or in our generation, the grandmas was raising kids, and that's why we seen it because it was our generations that was getting raised by grandparents, and we like, oh hell no, you had these damn kids. You know what I'm saying? You
also,
you gonna raise
these kids. What they don't understand, grandmas was grandmas back in the day,
right?
Because I actually had a young grandma, but most of my friends' grandmas was in their late 60s and stuff. My grandmother, when I was born, my grandmother was not even 40 yet. My mother and my grandmother 18 years apart, and me and my daughter 19 years apart. And
my grandma, my mom was like 18, 19.
Yeah, and me and my mother 20 years apart. So we don't have that much of a distance. I had a young grandma, but my thing is, I'm a young mom, so I'm a young grandma, right? Here. And you, like I told Simone one year, I think it was the year before last, my birthday. I'm young, so I can get up and move whenever I feel like it. I don't like dealing with people. But I'm able to get up and make moves whenever I feel like making moves. So you can't always bank on, because I'm an introvert and I love being in the house, that I will be in the house and you can just run and make a
you can't take advantage of that.
Because I literally about not last summer, the summer before, my girlfriends called me after work. I was on vacation and she was like, "Yo, what you doing?" I said, "Nothing." She said, "We're gonna pick you up. We're gonna go have some drinks at so-and-so house." I said, "Oh, that's what's up. Come get me. Got the wine. We're gonna celebrate for my birthday. Have a toast." Simone was like, "Where you going?" I was like, "I'm going out." She was like, "Oh, I wanted to go out." You gotta get back at me. You know, and it wasn't, I wasn't angry. She wasn't angry, but she was stuck. And she was just like, damn, I didn't realize that even though my mom is introverted, she does go when she wants to go. I can pick up and get in my car and go when I
that's that checking that self-entitlement ego. Like mama's here.
Home.
Yeah, mama's here. She got it, so I ain't worried.
Right.
And
so it's like so it was just, it got better. You know, it was just, I got better. She was like, "Oh, what's your schedule looking like? You have anything planned?" No, I had nothing planned, or whatever case may be. But I will speak on like, I need some personal space right now, and we all know Zelly, my best friend. Right. My granddaughter is my best friend. Okay, I'm talking about we laugh in here, we joke and we play, we sleep over, and we fight just like a bunch of best friends. So we do, but I need space sometimes too. I need quiet moments and things of that nature too. You know, so you know, but what I feel like they think that, you know, they forget we are young grandparents.
Yeah.
And we're not like when you're talking about the grandparents you had, they were already on chill mode.
Yeah.
You know,
you got to see both sides of the picture though, Danielle, too. You got to see both sides of the picture.
Yeah. And my thing is if you don't have a lot of, at that point, like you said, if you don't have a lot of family support, then there's other options for you. Right. You know what I'm saying? So
This was true. My mom told us this. She said, I will watch your kids one weekend in the month, and you don't tell me the weekend, I tell you the weekend.
But I feel like that's
I like that.
that's kind of like how that's what I mean.
Right.
Yeah.
And I remember telling her, I said, wait a minute, what if I had the money to go party that weekend? That's not my problem. She said, that's not my problem. This is when I'm available emotionally and I got the energy to do it. And this is when I'm going to do it. And we hit her with 3 grandbabies in the same year, like literally a month apart. So
I know I can relate.
Aisha. My mom
I got 9
she had a bottle.
grandbabies.
She had a bottle. She was
I can't
spoon
do
feeding
it.
and rocking with her foot. All 3. I was like, oh God.
I can't do it because I
Yeah.
mean, and I also had to explain to and we also got to be cognitive of like the grandparents' circumstances. Some people just like, for me, I'm not a traditional grandmother. Number 1, I'm single. Number 2, I have lupus. And I, like, as y'all heard me say, I have 9 grandbabies. My oldest baby has 5. She gave me 5 beautiful grandbabies. My son gave me 2, and my youngest daughter gave me 2. Baby,
she said
2 of them wear me out. So
Sweetheart,
I'm just like,
you ain't even gotta say that. I got 1. Zell had me in here sometime where she don't put me to bed and she leave. I'm knocked out. Okay.
Night.
So I already know the energy level got you.
Definitely. If you, like I say, if you ain't got the help, like now, if my kids is in total distress, I will help out. I might not bring them to my house, but I go to their house and be like, okay, well, I'm here in your house with your babies. I help wash whatever, and help aid in that manner. But some of us.
Well, yeah, do that.
Danielle, what you should do is try to plan yourself once a month is the minimum you'll probably be able to do. You should do yourself a self-care day, and then as your children get a little older, make it a weekend. I used to go to the hotel, which I actually live up the block from now, but at the time I did it. I used to go to the Hilton. I live by JFK, so I used to go up to the Hilton, and I would go and take a room for the weekend. I would drop my kids with their grandmother, and I would turn my phone off. I would call and check in the morning. Everybody's good? All right, click, phone off. And it was my time. If I wanted to sit in the bathtub for 4 or 5 hours, I did that. If I wanted to watch my show without interruption, I do that. If I wanted to have a drink or whatever, play games, because remember back in the days we didn't have smartphones. It was literally my time to do what I wanted to do. Whether I went and got my nails done, came back, took a nap, ordered breakfast in bed, or lunch in bed. I did exactly that for the weekend. And then I was so refreshed when I came home, like, hey y'all, how y'all doing? Y'all want dinner? You need your personal time as well. Self-care is very important.
It is
very important. So if you have to hire somebody for a day, do it.
Do that.
Okay?
But you know what? Even sometimes, even if you don't have that, because one thing about me, I was a young mother. So I'm happy that my mother and my grandmother weren't those, let me just drop my kid off on you and go type. Right. I'm happy for me.
Yeah.
So I have learned also, like Marquita was saying, my time was when my children went to sleep. While I had little kids, I made an event at home for myself. When they were asleep, I would run me a hot bath.
Yes, I have my
drink me some wine or what? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? While they were asleep, and read a book or something. So that way, I just have some me time. But I make sure they was nice and knocked out, and then I tapped into me. And sometimes you have to do that too, so you won't lose a sense of yourself. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Shut their little door, and just zone in for you for the night.
You're right. I used to do that too.
That before I got old enough, where I could leave them.
I'm gonna have you laughing. My daughter 30, she probably in there asleep right now. I ain't see no more comments. It's 9:00. They still train to 9:00. I'm telling you, and they grown to the point Zell probably sleep too. It's 9:00.
9:00 is when I get sleepy.
You too? You too? So you train too, huh?
Yes, y'all have going to bed at 9:00, 9:30.
Yeah, 9:00. Yep,
that's
9:00 bedtime.
That's because y'all old people. Me, I'm a night owl.
This is true.
I can be that depending on what goes on during the day.
It depends, yeah. I like nighttime too, though.
It depends.
I made but I still like nighttime.
Yeah, I remember that. My sister, this is no lie. This right here. Oh, okay, all right. So,
Not her popping in. Not her
there
popping.
she.
She said, "You
Wait, hold
talking
on.
about
I'm
me."
gonna address this. Here she go. I'm chilling before my yoni circle for my mommy me time. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, she found this thing that she's joined. It's awesome.
Mhm.
She explained it to me. Maybe we'll have her. I don't know. I don't know. It's this circle that's so dope that she explained to me. It's really a little mommy and me time. Like I'm not mommy and
Okay.
me.
I
It's
like
mommy.
that.
It's mommy me time. Like her
Gotcha.
time, right? And I was like, that's kind of cool. I kind of like that. I mean, you don't have to have a kid to have it, but it's
Right.
so cool because the circle. She said it allows you to actually let the rest of the circle know that your child is awake, like you're still in mommy mode. So they allow you like time to come back or whatever. I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah,
But
that
they
is.
get to pick the time that they do the circle, so it could be after your children are in bed. It's your own personal time to just talk and vent, and I was
Okay.
like, that's a beautiful thing,
That is.
beautiful thing. But we're gonna jump to my sister. I just had to put that there because I had to let her know I see you, I see you.
Yeah. And
So
she let you know
um,
too. I see you too,
I
mom.
see you exactly. Yeah, that's her letting me know. During the pandemic, I was working 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off. The 2 weeks I was off, I told my son I could take care of my grandbaby for a week. Yes, I remember this. My sister, who also is a newly diagnosed lupus fighter, warrior, she found out in February of last year, but her job during pandemic was she was working 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. She would take her grandchild for a week out of the 2 weeks. And sometimes children take advantage because I personally felt they took advantage of my sister. She loved her grandbaby to death, and they would literally like drop her off with nothing and like pew be gone. You know what I'm saying? So and she did everything with no problem to Tara and everything like that. And it was just like she couldn't say like, can you guys do this? Okay. It would be a problem. Like she was just not being the perfect grandma if she questioned or asked them. I mean, she was
That's
buying
horrible.
Pampers and baby food and all of this stuff. They would just bring the baby. Bing. And I'm like, what part of being grandma? I mean, if I had somebody that took my kid, she understands that because, like we just told you, my mother said 1 weekend out the month. She understood
Mhm.
that and was like, I could keep her for one of those weeks while I chill out the next week and go to my doctor's appointment. I wish. I wish. But so, like you said, Aisha, some of them is like on this entitlement thing. Like, and if she said one thing out of like I need you to not do or I can't do it, she doesn't see her granddaughter. Like some of this stuff is just crazy, and that's
Yeah.
narcissistic behavior. You know, it's just crazy. I just wish that we could just get a better understanding of it. We have so much to do
Yeah.
culturally. We have
Yeah.
so much to do culturally, and I think a lot of it is built. It surrounds our spirituality, and I think that we all have to tap back into our spirituality so that we can understand where we come from.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm still digging into my ancestry. I'm still waiting for my results and everything now. But
Have fun.
yeah, I need to know. I mean, from what I found digging in my background, um, Mia and Simone was talking about that today. On my dad's side and on my grandma's side, like we came from slaves, and the crazy part is that they wasn't no suckers either, because one was in the paper. We found the paper clip and he whooped somebody's ass. So and it was a white man, ironically, and he did not get lynched. Um, I can't remember his name, Hosians, something. I can't remember his name, but
Mhm.
like we were talking about this, and we said, this looking up everybody we looking up, it makes you feel good to know that no, we didn't lay down and take anything,
Yeah.
right? And I'm just like, when did we get to this point where we got so caught up in trying to um assimilate that we have looked and we went through slavery, Jim
Mhm.
Crow, and we were going through all these things, but we built things and communities. And it's like, when did we assimilate to the point where we don't even have that? We don't have the village no more. I remember going outside and your mama knew this one and that one knew that one, and they would call on the phone and tell you, such and such was so and so. You know what I'm saying? Like, we
Mhm.
have none of that anymore. And the only time the village comes out is when someone's done wrong by someone unethnically linked.
Yeah.
So I just feel like what happened to this? Like we have to check so many things as a community in its whole. And I personally feel like if everybody just went back to our spiritual selves and our spirituality, that would change a lot.
It would.
It would change a lot. I don't think this, I don't really feel like this narcissism, all these clinical diagnoses and things like that. If you notice in the slides, empath, there's no clinical diagnosis for that. That's a natural thing. So, I just feel like there's so much we got to work on. Then everybody, including me, still has to work. And we just have to work.
We all work in progress.
Yeah, we have to work. We have to. What the heck? I'm sorry, y'all. My computer's going crazy over here. I just feel like that. But it's actually 9:20. I think we did pretty good today. We actually were here before. We were waiting on everyone else today, and
don't get used to it, guys.
Right, it's hit or miss.
No, listen.
Hit or miss.
No, I'm gonna try to be on. I didn't ask if he was live today. Did I?
No.
I did. Did I ask?
No, I don't think so.
Did I ask?
Well,
let me just let y'all know, when y'all go back and watch this video, we was chatting it up and we said, "Oh, the hell with it, we just gonna go in early and talk," and that's what we did. And I think that's probably how we gonna always come in, just keep it 100% real, because we chat and we come in and just go.
For us.
Now before we go, because we still got some things to do. Where's my moon goddess? Here she go. Here she go. You all right, Rita? You good?
I'm great.
Okay. Okay. So, Aisha, you gonna give us a moon tarot
little situation? Yes, I am. I picked this out. Oh my god, boy, I'm trying to get it. Okay, here we go. All right, the card that I picked was the waning moon, and this moon represents what do you need to release.
Oh, beautiful.
The waning moon points to what's falling away. Life goes in cycles, and sometimes we need downtime or to let go. No matter when the moon cycle. No matter what the moon cycle that this card is pulled, it's a sign that a situation has peaked, for better or for worse. It's time, for you to go easier. It's an autumn and winter of the cycle. So that's like where, this card, a waning moon. And let's see, it's basically, you need to ask yourself, so what do I need to release? Ask yourself what you need to release. I'm sorry, I'm getting downloads. Sorry. All right, this card can be very positive, but it can be gently suggesting that you let something go or stop trying so hard. So this can represent to somebody. Then be aware of when it, this card is be aware it's safe to let go and move on. And additional meanings of this card is move forward with as little resistance as possible. This isn't the time to start a new project, though. Okay. Release emotional baggage. It's recommended to do that now. Say sorry to someone. Do energetic work such as meditation or yoga. So you will see what lies ahead once you let go and release. And the teacher of this course, at the time of the waning cycle, take a moment to look up into the skies every night. You'll see the moon growing smaller and smaller as she moves from full to new again. It is time when things are falling away. It's certainly not the time to cling on to anyone or anything. Drawing this card suggests the situation is in autumn and winter phase, so hunker down and start the regeneration process. So basically, when you release, sit your butt down. I feel like this is basically saying that sit down, do some, release some things and do the inner work to heal from the things that you let go. So that's what I got.
Okay. You ready for us, Rita?
Yes. Listen, let me tell you about this. I didn't even want to read what it says.
What did it say?
Boundaries.
All right now.
Boundaries. So,
Mhm.
like Aisha was saying about releasing, I feel like a lot of us, maybe that's something that we need to release. We need to release that because you can, and I know this may sound crazy. People say you can't release boundaries. Absolutely,
Yes,
you can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
You can. And as much as we was talking about family, that was coming up. You need to sit down with yourself and also reevaluate why they're acting like this towards you.
Mm-hmm.
Why you are acting like that towards them too.
Mm-hmm.
We always have to see both sides of the picture. We can't always just look at our side.
Yep.
Our side, because sometimes when we get in our head, we believe something is right, even if we think it's right. We still
Mm-hmm.
need to learn how to listen to one another, but we also still have to create those boundaries. You have to create clear boundaries, especially with family.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with family. You have to, because if you don't, they're going to drive you crazy. You're going to drive yourself crazy. So just keep in mind, create those boundaries. And it's okay to say no. It's okay
Mm-hmm.
to say absolute, say hell no. I don't want to do that.
What did I tell you before? No is a complete sentence.
No. And that's going to be it. And that's how you create boundaries. Just
Mm-hmm.
saying no. You ain't got to explain why you said no. You ain't got to explain nothing. You just got to go and walk away. That's
Mm-hmm.
it. That's it. If you feel like something is, I don't know who's for, but if you feel like your energy, you go around to one person and your energy changes, cut it off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cut it off. If they change your energy that much, you got to cut it off. So create those boundaries. Okay. That's what I got for you. All right, Marquis, we ready for the gyms? Are you ready?
Hey, I'm trying to get my glasses on.
You and these glasses.
Yeah. Look, Sarita, you know.
You know,
All right, y'all ready? I feel like passing on the scripture. I'm sorry, y'all.
I cannot deal. I can't deal.
Okay. Become more aware of your interconnectedness with the multiverses. Every lifetime experience and moment has led you to where you are now and who you are now. You're connected to collective consciousness, with each moment divinely orchestrated to interface with the motherboard of all humanity, combining part of the collective evolution process. What I say about village?
Yep. Yeah.
Your individual life forms part of the ascension blueprint. Continue to be a channel for your divine, allowing the magic to flow through you and to you. We've come this far collectively because you have personally. Give yourself a private party and celebrate your life, yourself, and your connection to all that is. The universe applauds your achievements, and so should you. And the affirmation should be: I am part of the collective consciousness, and I am grateful for my light.
Ooh, I like that. I like
So
Me
that.
all
too.
three of those: release, boundaries, lights.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. I like that. I receive all of it.
I receive
Yes,
it
I
all.
like that. I like that. So we gotta keep our light shining.
Yep.
All right. So anybody tries to dim it, no, I'm sorry. That was Cat. You sorry. You
I
sorry.
don't even know
Real
what
quick.
happened.
We'll talk about that later. Actually, you didn't see that.
That was real
Okay.
quick.
That was quick. Yeah. I gotta get better, guys. I'm a little off. We are a little off. I don't think we should take this long of a hiatus the next time because, but we are a mess tonight, and I love it because it's perfectly genuine,
Yeah.
and I like that we're genuine because there's
Mhm.
no script. We have outlines, but there's no script.
Yeah.
Okay, we can't do that. It just doesn't work or resonate. So, with that being said, we're gonna see you on January 21st at 7 p.m. And
Yeah.
my sister Aisha got. Oh wait, this one? Yeah, that way. That way. Yeah, okay, that way. Yeah. She will be heading the show on the 21st. All right. And we'll be talking because I think we should throw out like We remember we talked about our titles for the next couple of shows. I think we should start just throwing them out there, and letting everybody see what we coming up with, and
Okay.
I think we should work on that this next week. But okay, so we will see you guys. We did 9:30.
Thank you,
Went a little over. We
guys.
appreciate
Thank you,
guys for coming.
guys.
And
Yes.
peace, love, and light.
Tonight was
All
dark.
right. Good night.